We're live, pal. Welcome to
Go for the Pin. Go for the Pin Wrestling Review Show.
With your boys, Mikey Q and
King V, aka Ember Moon Knight, aka Michelle McCool Running, aka Summer Ray Charles,
Mikey Q and King V.
King V, what's going on, homie?
Give your energy and feed that vibe into the world.
Mike, you still owe me a chopped cheese.
I mean,
Go for it, kid.
and we're live, pal. And that's not my line, but I'm just gonna do it just as good as Mike does. Welcome to episode 155 of Go for the Pin. Yeah, it's a little weird. Usually I'm the one that's missing, but I am King V, aka Tony Stormtrooper, and I'm also here with
Tony Stormtrooper is crazy. That's crazy. That's just the mind of King V. I'm your boy, DJ Knuckles, aka Mr. Thursday Night. BKA, I can hear myself clearly now. The headphones are gone. All right, we out here.
and Gengar is sitting here for Mike, because Gengar is a ghost Pokemon and Mike's not here, so he's a ghost. Anyway, so
how you gonna have eyes with a smile on his face?
No, because he's evil. Same. For those who are trying to figure it out, Mike is not here. He's not feeling well, so get well, Mike. So we hope to see you soon. Hope to see you next week and things of that nature, such as and such which. With that being said, let's go ahead and start the show because we are not giving you a 3-hour banger tonight. It's not happening. Okay? It's not happening. It's not. With that being said, Knuckles, how are you?
I'm good, man. Listen, I'm just starting to get my fill of this state, literally. Let me just go ahead and say the people of North Carolina cannot drive.
I've been saying that since I've been here.
If you
y'all suck.
If you have anything to say about it, you can hit me at DJ Knuckles PO Box. Use your blinker. Yeah, but otherwise, I'm cool, man. You good?
I'm here. Gengar's here. Yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and start the show. First and foremost, let's talk about what's been happening recently. This past weekend, TNA, spoiler alert, had their Bound for Glory pay-per-view, and truthfully, it was a very good show. It was a great show beginning to end. There were some Hall of Fame inductions. Tracy Brooks, the original Knockout, was inducted into the TNA. I have to get used to saying that now, the TNA Hall of Fame. Congratulations to her. Just a couple of things that I want to highlight. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. There was a battle royale full of a whole bunch of people. Matt Cardona was there, and Bully Ray, I almost called him Bubba Ray. Jonathan Gresham, as well as Jordan Grace, and a debuting Sunny Kiss. Shout out to Sunny Kiss. I only really want to talk about that battle royal for Sunny. This is Sunny's Kiss account.
Juventud Guerrero was in that battle royal.
Yeah, it was
nowhere.
There was a lot of heavy hitters in there, to be quite honest. It was a great battle royal. Jordan Grace wins. She won the battle royal, which I believe she is the first knockout to do so. So congratulations to her, continuing to make history. Knockouts continuing to elevate the brand of women's wrestling. Speaking of women's wrestling, the second and last thing that I'm going to talk about when it comes to Mount for Glory is Trinity versus Mickey James.
Let's talk
What a match. What a match. What a match. What a match. Drop balls, man. Drop balls. Trinity can go, not like that. Jesus. Truthfully, Trinity's really been showing up and showing out, showing that she can go and, take part in an elongated match. And she worked with Mickey. It does come with freedom. It does. The freedom that she probably wouldn't have gotten in WWE. You know, I'm glad she has moved on and found her groove, to be quite honest, because I'm liking her in Impact. I'm liking that she's able to be the star that people have been saying that she is. And yeah, Mickey is one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. Like,
Bar none.
there's nothing more or nothing less to say. Mickey is one of the greatest of all time, truthfully. Like, Mickey has been doing this for quite some time, a long, like, maybe almost 2 decades, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, Mickey, if it's not. But she's been doing this for a very, very long time, and she's been killing it ever since. And they had a great match. Of course, Trent retained. And I guess we're going to move forward to Jordan Grace versus Trinity. And that's all I got for Battle for Glory. Yeah, she won the Battle Royal. And she gets a shot at any title that she wants if she's literally called out Trinity or Mickey, whoever won that match.
So she did call her shot on the Knockouts title.
She did.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just be real. I'm be real with y'all. I'm gonna give Bound for Glory a near fall.
Ooh.
It was a really good show. I truly, truly enjoyed that show.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Did you watch it?
I watched the majority. I when the Alex Shelley Josh Alexander match came up, I kind of went about my merry way.
Yeah, but, like I said, your fault.
I mean, Trinity and Mickey put on an excellent match, as you've already said. The Battle Royal was good. Names that we haven't seen in a while on mainstream television showed their faces. As you said, Matt Cardona, a returning Sonny Kiss. Like I said, Juventud Carrera just was like, I'm out here. Take it. It was cool. I'm not even gonna lie. I would give it a 3 count, but I didn't see the main event because I kind of just like had other things to do. Yeah. Will Ospreay and Mike Bailey did it for me. I'm sorry. That match was I had no words for that match. That match was stupid.
I'm like I told you before, Knuckles. I'm not gonna deny either one of those talents. The match was good, but it's not for me.
Yeah,
it's not for me. And I can say that without seeing like, oh, this person sucks. No, maybe their style of wrestling or how they wrestle is not necessarily for me. We'll get to not for me later. Jesus Christ. Anyway, but yeah, good job, TNA. And of course, the reason why I keep saying TNA, it's not a botch, it's not a fuck up. They are officially coming back as Total Nonstop Action, I believe January 13th, 2024.
Yes, Hard to Kill
mood. Oh. But
wow.
Great job. I know that a lot of you, including myself, I'm guilty of this, wanted the 6-sided ring back. Of course, they already said they're not bringing it back because of the health of the wrestlers, which is fine. Truthfully, for me, reason why I really got into TNA, because of Mike, is because of the 6-sided ring. It was different. You don't really see stuff like that. It was unique and it made them stand out. But for the fact they went back to the traditional 4 square, it's fine. It's not a problem. It's just the fact that people are used to it and, people don't like changing shit. But yeah, great job, TNA. I can't wait to see what you do next. And hopefully you guys get a better TV deal because truthfully, TNA is a good product. People make fun of TNA for it being the redheaded stepchild of wrestling, but they put on good shows. They have a good roster, plus some wayward people, but they have a good roster. They have a good women's roster. They just need a bigger platform to me. I think Impact could, don't want to be redundant here, but could make an impact if they had a better TV deal, better funding. They have the ability to do a lot more than what they're doing now and really be the third competition, if you will. Make this a triple threat match between WWE, AEW, and TNA. But yeah, I like TNA.
Oh,
There's nothing wrong with TNA, and they're great.
I see triple threat.
So, with that being said, we want to go
Absolutely.
ahead to SmackDown.
Sure.
All right. Oh, jeez. Smack it down. As soon as I find a little thingy, we get to SmackDown. There it is. I am not Mike. All right. SmackDown. We're gonna run through it. Like I said, it's not gonna be a super long show. Okay, Paul Heyman and
Yeah, 'cause I feel like I could get
LA
hit by a bus.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
LA Knight, Paul Heyman started SmackDown.
Yeah. Yeah. Little
they
ones
had-
in the bed, or else I tell them to come down.
I know. The first baby. But, of course, it's been announced that at Crown Jewel is LA Knight versus Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship of South America, North America, parts of Mexico, sometimes Middle America, Canada sometimes, Trinidad and Tobago, and, Mozambique.
God, Chile.
But
Mozambique.
a good back and forth promo
That's great.
between LA Knight and Paul Heyman. LA Knight's a star, point blank, period. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing else to say about that. Paul Heyman was a great foil for LA Knight, and that was a great segment. What do you think?
I mean, putting LA Knight and Paul Heyman together was genius. Whoever came up with that to let them have that segment. Both of them are extremely talented talkers, and can get their point across in many different ways. I like the fact that LA Knight dominated it. I do like that. It kind of made, but that just goes to show how good Paul Heyman is, that he can play, I can't think of the word for it right now, but the
Antagonist
going down, it's basic antagonist, protagonist, and then he can act like like he's just so mediocre and just like shivering, and it was just a great segment. I liked it a lot. I think we know where this is going, and we'll get to that next week. But either way, it was a great segment. I liked it a lot.
All right, so we got that done. Next, we had Santos Escobar versus Montez Ford. Great match. Hate that Santos is losing again. But
I think we know where that's going to.
I think we all do. We all do. Yeah. I don't think we have anything else to say on that. Unless you have something else to say, bro.
Not really. I mean, I kind of, sometimes I understand it, sometimes I don't understand it. And I think I can say, I think we're all seeing that Santos is going to turn heel eventually. But I don't know, something about that LWO isn't clicking for me. It was good. It was great when it first started, and it was showed the unity in Latinos, and of course they got the major pop in Puerto Rico for Backlash, and but now it's just kind of like the whole focus has been more or less Rey Mysterio. But and I think I know where that's going too, but we'll save that for next week as well. But
yeah,
we'll save that for, and then if if that is to happen, what I think is going to happen, then what? Then what are we going to do? Two of the members of LWO, I don't even know their names because I never see them. I never see them wrestle. So it's kind of okay.
I don't want to say what I really want to say.
That's never held you back before.
Hey, whoa, shade, but yes, but
right.
No, only reason because I don't want to. It goes into my prediction, which is why I'm trying not to say it. LWO, I think it's still going to be a thing. It's going to continue to be a thing, and some things are going to happen, and that's where I'm going to keep it. Let's just get to a couple of comments here. Oh God, I'm 30 and still a mama's boy.
Wow.
That's killing me. Is Roman still Universal Champ? He has been for 525,000.
Before forever.
And it's like the land before time. Like, yep. He has been because he's a hologram. He's a ghost. He's a ghost. He's never there.
Right.
Shouts to Ray. Hey Ray, you guys are early. Yes, we are, and we're not gonna keep y'all long.
Right.
But let's go ahead and move left and right along. John Cena. I just like doing that. John Cena cut a promo. Talk about he hasn't won a match last 2,002 days. I guess he was challenged by Solo Sikoa. So yeah, great. That's probably gonna be on Crown Jewel, which is fine, not a problem. I don't really have much to say about this promo, but I don't know if you do, Knuckles.
Oh, okay. Tell me. All right, Ray. I see you. If John Cena is not in the title picture, I really don't see how much more in a title picture at all. I really don't see how much more you can do with him. Of course, he's a name. He's a face. Yeah, I mean, I think him and Solo are going to be dope. I think that, but like we always say, then what? Like, what are we going to do? Like, and it's easy for me to say that right now because I don't know what the Booker's going to do in the next 2, 3 to 4 weeks or 2, 3 months. But it's October now. So we're talking November, December, and then we hit the Rumble, and then we hit the road to WrestleMania. So I don't know, man. And it seems like all of this is like centering around the fact that he hasn't won a singles match in 2,000 days. Like, that's okay, but you won 35,000 other singles matches before then. So, like, why should I really care? You have won a match in 2,000 days. That's fine. You're a 16-time world champion. I get it, but you have to give me more than you haven't won a match in 2,000 days. You have to give me more than that to keep me invested in what he's doing.
So I'm going to disagree with you here. I think John Cena doesn't necessarily have to be in a world title picture for him to be completely relevant or to get people, not necessarily you, but to get people in general to care. I think right now, because of the actors' strike, as well as the writer's strike, there's no resolution on that as of yet, as of this recording. There's no resolution as yet. It's a mixture of that, and honestly, he's in his giving back era. I think that he is giving back to the business that made him a star, and I wish that more people would do that.
Wow.
Giving back to the business that made him a star, and he's able to put over younger talent. So I think that's what he's doing right now. He's putting over younger talent, which is fine because getting a rub from John Cena is amazing, whether you win or lose. People, like I said in the show before, you don't have to win to be put over by somebody. So it's a matter of him just giving back to wrestling in general.
Right. I agree with that. But it's just something in the subconscious that when I see John Cena, I expect to see what I saw from him in 2005, 2006,
That's
2007.
fair. Well,
So I mean, it's more or less the way it looks to me. Like he's playing more cheerleader to everybody than anything else. But like you said, he's in his giving backstage right now, so it makes sense.
I'm gonna bring this up, Ray. I'm gonna address this really quick. The LWO consists of Rey Mysterio, Zelina Vega, Santos Escobar, and a tongue-in-cheek Carlito. I'm gonna disagree, but you have to wait till next week to understand why. Also, Ray says, I feel that John Cena is better when he's not in the title picture or in a world title picture. I think he was a great US champ. I agree with the open challenges. Yes. So
see, that's what I'm talking about. Now, if we were to like run that back, cool. I can deal with that. But it's just like,
who's the US champ?
He's just out there on an island to me right now. Rey Mysterio.
Oh yes. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there because I'm gonna keep on scrolling. Okay. Yeah. Speaking of Rey Mysterio, great segue. Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul has a face-to-face. They have this back and forth. I truly don't care about this because Logan Paul is good. I don't care. Logan Paul, Rey Mysterio, the Blood Money pay-per-view. That's happening. That's a thing.
It seems like every year this pay-per-view comes up, we have nothing to talk about.
Because look, personal and political feelings aside, I don't care. And I'll just leave that alone. Like Blood Money, my God, all money is not good money. Speaking of, we have Cameron Grimes and Dragon Lee versus Grayson Waller and that person that shouldn't be with people under the age of 18. That was a tag team match. The Creep and Grayson Waller got the win. And that it was meh.
Meh?
Meh. I like Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller is who Austin Theory thinks he is.
Yeah, true.
That's all tea, decaffeinated shade. Because Grayson Waller is the better talker. I think he's the better wrestler. I think he's better all around. I think he's more entertaining. Because I could find Austin Theory in random wrestling promotion number 5.
Number 5
is
great. Number 5 is great. But listen.
So, yeah.
I'm not even going to hold you. What they're doing with those two is wonderful for the business right now.
Oh, they would make a great tag team. They would.
Oh, yeah. It's wonderful for the business right now because let's be honest. Grayson Waller is the leader of that tag team. Let's just keep it a stat.
And Austin Theory is the punchable face.
And he was doing nothing. Nothing.
Yeah.
With his time. That man was the one passing out the roast beef and coffee and catering. He was doing nothing.
Was it seasoned at least?
Depends on who made it. We all know that's a fact. Come on, listeners and watchers. If you know, you know.
Oh God! Oh, shout out to Mitchell Clark who's in the comments today. What's up, Mitch? Yeah, I feel like John Cena is going to be around to Mania. He needs to win a few matches until Mania, then lose at Mania. You know what? I can see that if he's going to do this whole I want to win these matches and then WrestleMania will be his final match because in wrestling you really don't have a final match unless you die. But hey, whoa. Let's be real. The water.
Mike's not here
water,
to give me my water.
Water.
Mike is not here to give me my water.
Okay. I used the Engar for Mike. Water? Okay. That's a good point. I see that. I definitely do see that. And there's another comment that you'll put in. All the way to WrestleMania. Do something how they did Ric Flair 2008. The next time he loses match, his career is over. You know what?
It's not
I
a bad
like
idea.
that. But my question to you, when you get a chance to see this or hear this, who would be the one to retire John Cena? You know, who's going to be the one to retire John Cena? Because it's not going to be Austin Theory. Sorry, it shouldn't be. Who is the one that's going to do it? I have somebody in mind.
I do as
In mind.
well. I have
And
somebody as well.
last time I checked, he doesn't miss. But we'll get there.
Whoa, that is not who I was thinking.
Were you thinking the one that tans a little too hard that's related to a Steiner?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, I was like, why he
I
look?
really wasn't. I wasn't thinking of anybody in NXT.
Oh, okay. Well, I was thinking of Carmelo Hayes, but you know,
That's a good pull. I ain't gonna lie, but I was thinking of him and John in a classic, and I was referring to the hottest wrestler in WWE right now in LA Knight. Yeah.
ooh, but see,
They've teased the two of them going at
they
it.
are teasing that.
They have teased it on more than one occasion.
So it's safe to say that LA Knight is not touching, and I'm going to be fair here. It's safe to say that in the first half of 2024, wrong person, LA Knight will not be touching the title anytime soon.
In the first half?
Well, the first quarter, because I think WrestleMania is in April.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after WrestleMania.
Because
so we're talking about the second trimester of the year.
Yeah, you see, this is the thing. Man, we're gonna keep going, but this is the thing when it comes to LA Knight. I know everybody's gonna be like, he's gonna win the Rumble. He's gonna go to WrestleMania and get it. I don't think it's happening right now, and it shouldn't. I think we should slow burn it, truthfully, and I think that by John Cena putting over LA Knight at WrestleMania could catapult him. Because I've been saying this, I said it, couple times?
Whoa,
LA Knight for Mr. Money in the Bank?
Wait, run that back again? You said Cena putting... Wait, what? Cena putting over LA Knight or LA Knight putting over Cena?
Cena putting over LA Knight.
Oh, okay.
At WrestleMania.
Okay. Yeah, I misheard that to the heavens.
Do we need? See, that's the thing. Are we gonna do face versus face? I mean, it's not necessarily for anybody to be a heel. To be quite honest, because LA Knight has that stone cold aura of being a heel, or if he was a heel, people would still cheer him. So, yeah, I don't see LA Knight getting a title anytime soon.
I mean, only because one of the greatest matches of all time was face versus face.
You're right. You're absolutely right. You know what? And we're gonna stick it there. John,
and I think you of anybody should know exactly what match I'm talking about.
Oh, I know what match you're talking about. Okay.
Right.
I'm the best there is.
Oh, all right.
The best there was.
You know, what happens after that?
And the best there ever will be. You know, put niggas in sharpshooters while they bleed and shit. You know, do I like Hulk Hogan? No, I don't. I think he's a phony piece of shit. No.
Yeah, you said it. It's all right.
Yeah. My favorite wrestler of all time. But yes, we'll get to Raw really quick. John, how's Raw been the past month and a half? Haven't been watching it. We'll get there. I'll answer your question when we get to Raw. LA Knight isn't going into the Rumble till 2025. You know, I'm gonna disagree with you, right? Because I feel like he's gonna be a champion by then. And I mean a world champion.
Oh yeah, that's 2 years from now.
Yeah, well, basically a year since we're towards the end.
Yeah, he should be.
Mitchell says, give LA Knight a mid-card title because he's not beating Roman at all. I think it's Stevie Wonder could see it. Okay, Ray Charles could see it. Helen Keller could see it and hear it.
Oh, why? All right.
LA Knight is not getting a world title anytime soon. It's I hate to say it, but it's not happening. Not right now, at least. I think he'll be a champion in 2024. To be quite frank, to be really frank, mental. He's going to be champion in 2024, and that's only because he's going to be Mr. Money in the Bank. He has to be Mr. Money in the Bank. I think to capitalize the match, if we're gonna do early predictions for WrestleMania, if we're gonna get John Cena versus LA Knight at WrestleMania, and LA Knight goes over John Cena, he should be the first person that we see win Mr. Money in the Bank. Period. Let's move forward. What's next? Hello, Paige. Kidnap Paige. Hello. Hi. Refresh. All right. Yeah, John Cena. What's up?
Wait a minute.
What?
Let me double back.
Okay.
LA Knight winning Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Like they teased that this past year in a major way. So are we going to? I don't know, man. I don't think we can go.
Pull the trigger.
When's Money in the Bank? When's Money in the Bank?
July? December. Summertime.
Yeah, so
summertime. Let's summertime.
July, 7 to 8 months. What can we do with LA Knight in 7 to 8 months to keep him on top?
Well, I'm gonna have to say what Mitchell put here. Give LA Knight a mid-card title. See how he runs with that. You know, maybe the U.S. title, maybe the Intercontinental title. Because we're gonna have to keep LA Knight fresh. And you know, let's be real. Those mid-card titles are workhorse. Because I am not Elmer Fudd this week. Titles. and you know, we see people prove themselves and things of that nature with it. So yeah, I can see LA Knight holding a US title or a Intercontinental title soon. I see that. But now we're gonna move forward just so we can get to the rest of the show. Is this the main event? Yes, the main event. We have the main event. We have the WWE Women's Championship match. We have the daughter of it's Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky for the women's title. Now, it was the match happened. It was okay. It was good. It wasn't bad. You know, Bailey did her Bailey thing, and Dakota Kai was there, being fine. But Dakota Kai was there, and you know, with the distraction, Io got the retention. Of course, they attacked Charlotte, and then, which got a lot of you white boys mad, Bianca Belair, and we'll get to that. Bianca Belair returned.
Oh my goodness.
God is good. Shout out to Montez. But
you're doing good, my boy.
Yeah. Bianca came back. A lot of you white boys were upset. I'm gonna address you guys really quick.
Please do, because I need to know.
So a lot of you were recording yourselves pouting like 3-year-olds that were told no, that you couldn't get that, you know, G.I. Joe toy or whatever, because Bianca came back. Now, it's okay to not like somebody or they can't resonate with you, but a lot of times the hate that Bianca Belair gets a lot is literally for one reason and one reason only. Maybe two. No, usually two. Either because she's black or she's a woman and she's both. Bianca's hot. She's a hot commodity.
Facts.
And I mean hot in the sense of she's over. Y'all, calm down. But Bianca's a hot commodity. She is over. Now, granted, can she be overbooked? Sure, I get it. She's getting the John Cena treatment, and she should, because she's proven herself that she can carry a division, she can carry a title, she can carry a division without a title. She's just that good, and you're mad about it. And as I always say, you can find you the nearest and the dearest body of water. Just walk on in. Come on in the room and just open your mouth really wide
Wow.
and
Don't wait.
take in whatever comes your way, and then swallow, and then drown. I'm not pausing that. But
Swallow?
No, I'm not pausing that.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, hold
Yeah.
on. Can I piggyback on what you're saying?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, like, the point you're making about everybody being upset that Bianca Belair came back, valid, true, justified. But I don't hear nobody say anything about Charlotte Flair being in every women's championship match that ever existed.
That's quite interesting. Quite interesting.
I'm so like Charlotte Flair in every championship match drives me to drink.
And
No trigger. So okay. Yeah. All right.
No, it is.
I
and
can't
like I
show
said,
the logo. Sorry.
So this is when we say that, it's not a knock on Charlotte, right? Because Charlotte's good. Let's be real. Charlotte's good.
I'm knocking.
No, Charlotte's good,
knocking.
but she's also a Flair.
I'm not. See, okay. So here we go.
And we'll get to Flair.
I'm not comparing her to her father, neither in or out of the ring actions. I'm not comparing the two.
Not out. Not out the ring.
Definitely
not according
out.
to Teddy Long.
But I am not. I'm not interested in Charlotte Flair anymore. She is being put in title matches that she does not deserve to be in. Just because you're the standard bearer, you're the such and such. Like when she came back, when Asuka first got that championship, and like immediately got a title match, that's when I was done. I was done after that. I was like, who are you? Like, I mean, I know who you are, but why? Like, are you that good? Are you that good of a personality on TV? Before a Bailey, who hasn't seen the light of day in a championship match in how long?
I think it's a mixture of things that go with that. I think Charlotte, let's be real, Charlotte has great matches with most people, not everybody, but she has great matches with most people. And Charlotte gets a reaction. She does. And, yes, there are other women on that roster, especially on that SmackDown roster. Mia Yim.
That's my point.
Mia Yim. Mia, I'm going to say this again. Mia Yim.
Thank you.
Now, granted, she's probably in the whole bloodline, OC, whatever they're doing with that. That's fine, but Mia Yim should be wrestling more. That's who she is. She is a wrestler. There should be no reason why she's not wrestling as much as she should be. Zelina Vega did get an opportunity when they were in Puerto Rico, which was beautiful. It was great. Zelina can go. These women on that roster that can go. You hear it? It's live, pal.
I did brand new headphones. I heard it.
And Bianca's over, and they're not. Granted, they're not doing as much with the other women as they are with the Bianca, as they are with Io, as they are even with Bailey. And Bailey, for the most part, she's a locker room leader. She's putting over the different talent and things of that nature, and that's fine. But it's just like, is all of these women that are in the background, another person that is not really great at booking women's wrestling is. Anyway, yes, it is aggravating seeing Charlotte Flair all the time, like all the time.
Yes.
I get it. And Charlotte can be a mainstay in the women's division without having to be in a title picture. She can literally have a non-title feud simply because she's Charlotte Flair. It's just it. And I get it. You want stars, but if you're not taking the time to build up different, I said this last week, if you're not taking up time to build up different stars, or even building like a mid-card women's division, if you're not doing that, then that's on you as a booker, as a creative. That is your fault. It should be no reason why certain people come out and they get no reaction, even though they're fantastic in the ring. It is just like, it's disappointing. But with that being said, Bianca is back. Very glad to see her. I missed Bianca. It was lacking some color over there. Because we don't see Medium all the time, so lacking some color. And what do you rate SmackDown? That was it for SmackDown. That was the main event. Ooh, hold on. Mitchell says,
I was
needs
just
to be
about to
pushed
say
more.
that.
Pushed where? I don't see it for Raquel.
Okay. All right.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
I mean, I see it, but here's the thing. Raquel needs someone to speak for her. If she had a mouthpiece, she would be fine. Because Raquel is she's big, she's strong. She's big, she's strong, she's very good looking. She's got talent in the ring. She just can't talk. And like we have said at nauseum on this show, you can have all the talent in the world, but professional wrestling skill does not a whole professional wrestler make. You have to, and she can't do that. So
I think this is part of.
I think if she has somebody to talk to, I think if she has somebody like a. No, I'm sorry. I didn't. If she has somebody like a, just to throw some people out there, if she has somebody like a Prince Nana, or if she has somebody like a, who can I say in WWE? Golly, I don't know. Not a lot of managers in WWE, but you guys get the point. What I'm trying to say. If she had somebody to talk for her, and then she just played the role of the big, strong female wrestler, she would be fine.
So I'm going to agree with you there. Now, part of me, when they brought up Legado del Fantasma up, right? And they did not bring up, oh God, what's her name? Elektra Lopez. And they put Zelina in the space of Elektra Lopez. I think, and this is because I'm Latino, I'm going to say it. If you were to give somebody a mouth, whoa, hi, we're left out. If we're going to give Raquel Rodriguez a mouthpiece, I think Zelina Vega would have been a perfect person to be her manager. Because one, she can cut a heel promo, she can cut in English and in Spanish. I think they kind of missed an opportunity. And we haven't seen, I guess a female wrestler with a body. Well, I don't say a female wrestler. We haven't really seen a female wrestler with a manager, truly.
Right.
Not like a bodyguard, not AJ and Tamina. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like a pure, like how Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman was. And please, if my memory serves me, and please correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, because I know y'all will. We haven't really seen a big wrestler, a big female wrestler with a mouthpiece. No, I can't. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I take that back.
Well, Jazz had one, didn't she?
Yes, I was actually going to say Awesome Kong and Raisha Saeed, and I take that back. I was wrong because remember, Raisha Saeed was
But did Raisha Saeed talk?
yes, she did.
She did talk.
Yes,
Okay. I
she
just wanted to
did.
clarify that. I thought
She
she
did.
did, but I wasn't sure.
She did, and funny thing is, that completely flew out my mind. So yes, we had. Well, let me rephrase. Take back what I said. We haven't seen something like that since Awesome Kong and Raisha Saeed. Now, I'm not saying that Magasita is as good as Awesome Kong is. I'm just saying we haven't seen that dynamic in wrestling for a while. So if you were gonna do something like that, yeah, Raquel probably needs a mouthpiece. And if they wouldn't have kept Electra Lopez back when they brought up Legado del Fantasma, I think Zelina would have been a perfect choice because she can cut a promo in English and in Spanish. So if we were gonna do the whole evil heel, I'm Latina, I'm evil, da 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 da, which is we can talk about how that could be problematic, but
Right.
if they did something like that, it
But
could work.
I think it will. I think that's really Raquel's only option. Because I
Hmm.
mean, she is as a face very, very believable.
Boring.
She has the
Is she?
smiles, she has more or less, yes, it's boring. So, but if I were to turn on my TV, and see, like, perfect example, this is a stretch, this will probably never happen. But if I could
Huh?
see Raquel Rodriguez on my TV with, let's say, Conan.
Conan. Oh yeah. Okay.
Let's say
Okay.
Conan backing her.
Okay. That's a
See what I mean?
stretch.
'Cause
But I
Conan
see.
can
But I
cut
see what you're saying.
the promo in English. He could cut. Oh, that's a major stretch. That will probably never happen. But I'm saying, in that vein, if I can get somebody who we have seen before, somebody who has wrestled, somebody with a tenure that going on 15, 20, 25 years in the business that could cut a promo. They don't necessarily have to be physical because Raquel will take care of the physicality herself. All she needs is somebody to talk for her. That's it. We have seen wrestlers in the business go and not say a word.
And that
Because
dynamic
they had
actually is a
somebody
good
talk
one.
for them.
It's a good dynamic
So
also
I
because
really think for her to get over, that's the only way she can go.
it's a good dynamic also because when have you ever seen a female wrestler, a lady wrestler, with a male manager? I mean, besides Sable and Mark Barrow, because let's be real. Uh,
I
that
think
was me
Jazz
being
did.
shady.
Jazz had Teddy Long, didn't you?
Yeah,
Jazz had Teddy Long,
did
didn't
Jazz?
she?
Yes, that you're right.
I think,
Jazz did
yeah,
have Teddy
Teddy
Long.
Long had Jazz, and what's the other
Well,
dude's
because it
name?
was
What's the other
Rodney
guy's
Mack, her
name? I can't
husband.
think of it. He had a cup of
Rodney Mack.
coffee.
Rodney Mack.
Rodney Mack, that's right.
Yeah, because they're married in real
Absolutely.
life. Just to keep it pushing. Thank you, Ray. We'll get there.
I think Harvey managed some female wrestling. Matter of fact, yeah, Harvey Whippleman managed Bertha Faye. Wow, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, wow, you're right. Rest in peace, Bertha Faye. Wow. Okay. Ray says we're gonna get to some of these comments and we're gonna move on to Raw. I don't see it for Raquel either, but if she needs a mouthpiece, I heard Kevin McCarthy is looking for a new speaker. Ray.
See, this is why we shouldn't let him on our show. This is why, right? And Ray hasn't been on the show in a minute.
Lana tried it with Tamina and it was a disaster. Okay, so I love Tamina.
Go ahead.
I love Tamina because nobody's Tamina, and I'm gonna say this, and Mike is gonna be like, really, V? Really? Yes, Michael. Nobody's meaner than Tamina. But I think their dynamic it didn't work. It didn't work. Their dynamic didn't work. John has a question. Who is the more of a powerhouse, Raquel Rodriguez or Rhea Ripley? Um, we haven't seen Raquel Rodriguez lift up men yet, so I'm gonna say Rhea Ripley.
Right. Right. And I think this is an unfair question. And it's not based upon the fact that we haven't seen Raquel lift up men yet. I think it's more or less we are seeing Rhea Ripley in a major heel role. And Raquel being a babyface. I think if we had Raquel as a heel, a very strong heel, I think she would really, because let's be honest, heel and babyface, depending on what you are, some of the things they pull back on you a little bit. If you're face, they pull back on you a little bit. But if you're a heel, you have more freedom to do a lot more stuff because you're trying to draw heat from a crowd. So I that question is subjective. I can't give it to either one, but I mean I see why you would say Rhea V because obviously she's killing it right now.
And thank you, right? Steven Richards did manage Victoria. You're right.
Yes, he did. I forgot
He
about that.
did. He did. He
Wow.
did. He
Shout out to
did.
Steven Richards.
Shout out to Steven Richards, who has a great mind for the business. But let's go ahead
Yeah,
and
great podcast too.
break SmackDown so we can get to Raw and keep it moving. So, Knuckles, what did you think of SmackDown?
um, I give it a 2 count. I'm not gonna be overzealous
Okay.
here. I'll give it a 2 count. I like how
And I'm gonna keep it up
if
there.
I'm this was when Jay came back, right? Jay did appear in this show, right? Okay, yeah,
Yes.
I did like that as well. So, but either way, it's not gonna sway me. I'm not gonna be overzealous, like I said, and I'll just give it a 2 count.
And I'm gonna keep that up there. And now we're gonna move on to Monday Night Raw. Oh, okay. Monday Night Raw once
Real walk,
again.
if you will.
Monday Night Raw once again starts out with the Judgment Day. I'm tired.
As it should.
I'm
As it
tired.
should.
That's all I
As
got.
it
I'm
should.
tired. I'm tired.
Judgment Day is the best thing Raw got going on, as they should.
You know, there was Codith. Codith was there. Jay Uso was
Yeah,
there. Yeah, the
Cody
gang's all
is
here.
still crazy.
I'm tired. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm tired.
Yeah.
Very tired. I'm like, no,
I
that
like
was
it.
gonna be rude. I'm tired. That's all I got. Unless you want to talk about it, bro. No.
I like it, man. Listen, and I like what WWE is doing. WWE is gonna seesaw Judgment Day. They're dominant, then they lose titles, then you think they're gonna break up, and then they come back. They win again, and I mean, that's so Raven. This we know where it's going, but we're not going to mention it. But I like how they're doing. I like how they're topsy turvy in Judgment Day, where they're not completely all the way dominant, but like they're dominant, but there are certain cracks in the foundation that we are seeing over a period of weeks. I like that. They're not treating it the same as they did the Bloodline, and that's the key right there. Bloodline was dominant for 2 years, and then on the tail end of this story, we started seeing cracks. We are seeing cracks in the middle of Judgment Day's dominance, and that's what I think is making it successful. To where you really can never know which way they're gonna go. They're up here, then down next week, then the next week they're up again, and then I like that. You leave me wondering. That's why I like Judgment Day. I'm always curious about what's gonna happen next with Judgment Day. As in the Bloodline, like we already knew what was gonna go on.
So to quote Keisha Cole, I just wanted to be over, yeah. Like tired. Gengar, tired. Yes, he's tired also. I just, oh God, I'm
boy.
so tired. I'm very tired. I am. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, so next we had
Why are you so tired? Like why? Like
because
what is it
it's
about it that
aggravating.
makes you so like over it?
I'm over it because like I was over, like I said before, like I was over the bloodline. Like I'm tired. Like if Rhea and Eddie Jr., Rey Mysterio Jr., if they don't just go, Rey Mysterio the third in this case, if they don't go be Mamacita over there, and then Finn Balor can go wherever he wants to go, then, you know, Damian Priest could take them, tank along braids out his head, and you could send JD McDonough back to the Funko Pop factory. Like I'm tired. I'm tired of the Judgment Day. Yes, they are the biggest thing going because they have literally all the titles, and well, except for the women's tag team titles, but they have literally all the titles, and I'm just like, oh my god, I don't want to say they're running it into the ground to me, but it's just like, all right, what else? Okay, Dominic's, you see him, you're gonna boo. Okay, duh. Rhea Ripley is the leader. She's the Beyonce. She's the star. She's the Michael Jackson. And everybody else is the other wayward Jacksons that are not Jermaine and Janet. And it's just like, it's like, why? Why are we still doing this? Why are we still, like, I thought the Judgment Day would have been over by now. Like, are we going to be
If
like,
they break up the Judgment Day, if they break up the Judgment Day, you're gonna leave a lot of people on the island.
or at least kick somebody out? Give us something. Give us
If
something.
they
Change
break
it
up
up.
Judgment Day, you're gonna leave a lot of people on the island with nothing to do.
Ain't nobody doing shit anyway.
That's a slow burn, V. We know who's going to get kicked out. We know that.
When it comes to
We just gotta let it
fires,
burn. Usher said it best. We gotta let it burn.
but when it comes to fires, I'm more left eye. Burn that shit the fuck down. I'm tired. Light it on fire. Light it on fire. Like I'm tired. Anyway, wait. Let me get to this comment and then we'll move on to the next match. Ray says Judgment Day was a nice intro to Raw. Funny thing is Judgment Day is sort of recycling the Bloodline story. Thank you. Especially with JD McDonough. Thank you. But yeah, Knuckles, but they're too dominant all the way through. And he also says JD McDonough is the new Sami Zayn, and I bet Sami brings that up to JD one of those weeks. You know what? If they were gonna do something like that, that's fine. Sami Zayn talks to Funko Pop, just flicks it and do the little bobblehead, and you're like, I've seen this before. This looks a little familiar. Lets him know. Maybe he joins the Judgment Day, maybe he doesn't. Somebody gets Batista out of Judgment Day, and I'm sorry, not Batista. Somebody get Randy Orton out of Judgment Day, and we'll just yeah, pretty much. It's just. And just keeps it moving. And at this iteration of the Judgment Day, to me, it's dry. It's like somebody experimenting with dressing on Thanksgiving, and they don't put enough, broth, or they don't make it, it's dry. Okay, it's dry to me. Now,
dry.
Next, we have Alpha Academy versus New Day. Really good match. 4 great performers and Maxine. That wasn't shade to Maxine, by the way. but New Day has been showing how no, it wasn't shade to Maxine. I would just say she wasn't in the ring. She wasn't wrestling. But New Day has continued to prove that they're one of the greatest tag teams of all time, of this current generation. And it was a strong match. What you think?
It was. I can't. I Alpha Academy versus New Day. That's a no-brainer, really. You're not going to get a good match from them you're not going to get a bad match from them at any time.
There you go.
They're just 2 great teams, and they're 4 great personalities. And you put 4 great personalities in the ring together, whether it be a tag team match or a four corners match or a fatal four way as they call it now. They need to bring back old phrasing like four corners match and three-way dance. They need to bring those back. Triple threat, fatal four way. What's so fatal about a fatal
Three-way,
four way?
a Texas tornado tag
Sorry,
match, a slobber knocker.
yeah, Texas tornado. Come on, man. Come on.
Word to the bonnet.
Yeah.
Word to the bonnet.
But I mean, yeah. So, but yeah, it's four great personalities, four great characters in a match together. You can't fail. Chad Gable is that guy. Otis is just comedy. Otis makes me laugh every time I see him. And New Day is just New Day. They've been what they've been for years. They've been a great tag team. So, yeah, no L's taken right there.
All right, next we have the NXT. We'll get there. NXT Women's Championship match: Becky Lynch versus Indy Hartwell. It was a little shaky at first. Not gonna lie, it was a little shaky. But they got it together. Becky gets the win, of course, because we'll get to NXT. Great showing by Indy Hartwell, who is impressive, but don't bump. Let's do something with her and Candice. Let's do something with her and Candice. They're not doing anything. Where's Dexter Loomis? Speaking of more women.
Put them with DIY.
Oh, yeah. It was just Raw. Anyway, next it was a contract signing for the Fatal 5-Way at Crown Jewel. There was Raquel, Zoe, Shayna, Rhea, and Nia Jax. The girls were fighting. Nia Jax cut a promo that I think was meant to be annoying. I know a lot of people were feeling a way about it, that it was bad, and I agree. But I think it was supposed to be bad on purpose. I don't know. Rhea was instigating from outside the ring. Yeah, I hope this match is good because the lead up to it has not been, to be quite honest.
Right. There it is.
Next we have Johnny Gargano versus Giovanni Vinci. I just like doing that. That match was okay. I
That's a lot to be desired, in my opinion. I'm not gonna say nothing.
That's why I said it was okay, because it's just like, all right. I think this is part of the reason why I feel like the tag team titles should be split and have something on Raw, something on SmackDown, because give us a DIY run. We have tag teams that are doing absolutely nothing. So let's go ahead and do that. Even with the rest of Imperium, have them do something. Like it was mad to me.
I get it. And it's fair. It's a fair assessment. I get it.
Next we have Logan Paul again. I'm skipping that, to be quite honest. Next is Natalya and Nikki.
Go back.
Okay.
I got something to say too.
Okay, go ahead.
I got about okay, Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio. Man, you have to be an absolute idiot not to see what's about to happen. The insertion of Ricochet. Little confused. I understand Ricochet and Logan Paul had that match, that banger match that they had, and Logan Paul kind of instigated it with talking to Samantha Irvin, who, by the way, big fan. Come on the show whenever you're free. But
we would have to go through legal for that,
though. Well, we can. I got an attorney in my back pocket, but okay. Either way, but why? I don't understand it. Like, why are we reverting backwards when we should be moving forward? It's not like he can get into a rivalry with, like, what is he going to be, the next United States Championship contender? Is that what he's going to be? Or,
I don't know.
Like, I don't understand the insertion of Ricochet there.
I don't know.
That kind of threw me. Like, You could have had Logan Paul talk to Samantha Irvin without him being inserted. I understand he's supposed to be protecting his
Fiance.
shoot fiance.
Yeah.
If you didn't know where you've been, right? But it wasn't necessary to the story.
No,
It's
it
supposed
wasn't.
to be Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio. Yeah, so it kind of threw me. I didn't understand that at all.
Bonji, what's up, Bonji? Says fuck Paul Logan. Wow, okay.
Oh, Paul
So
Logan.
the only
All right.
Logan I acknowledge is their superhero name is Wolverine. So we're gonna move left and right along with that. Next, we had Natalia and Nikki Cross versus Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. I love when Samantha does that.
Yeah.
That what the hell?
See?
So what?
See how random things have gotten?
What is happening? So Nikki Cross came out looking like she just saw
Woke up.
somebody not even like she didn't have no Folgers in her cup. Like she had nothing. She looked like she lost her best friend. She's been looking like me for the past year and a half. Like she's been looking.
All right.
I don't care. She was looking very lethargic, and she was just like, she was just there. And then Natalia was doing Natalia things, and Chelsea Green. I just really like doing that, like Samantha. And Piper Niven got to win. I'm so glad they dropped Dewdrop because what the fuck? That was a flop. But
Yeah.
and I meant to rhyme. I rhymed on purpose. But
Okay.
yeah,
If
and
it
then
rhymes,
she
it
was like,
must mean it's true.
Nikki Cross was just standing on the apron, looking like she was off LSD, and she just got off of. Don't worry about it. But she's like, she just got off the apron and just went right back, and like she was like seeing colors, like it's a magic carpet ride. That's on my knees. But I just didn't understand like what was going on. For that, she shouldn't be watching this. But anyway, but I'm just I'm just trying to understand as to why that happened. I don't know if Nikki Cross saw something that we wasn't supposed to see. I don't know. She was like in Area 51, or she saw Walt Disney's cryogenically frozen head somewhere. Allegedly, like I don't know what was going on with that. I was confusion. And I was confuzzled. I felt like another Pokemon, Side Up, who's always confused.
Puzzle.
I just didn't understand what was going on there. The match was what it was. Natalia is good at what she does. Piper Niven is good at what she does. Chelsea Green is good at what she does. Nikki Cross is good at what she does. I just didn't understand what was going on there.
A kerfuffle, just like you said.
Yeah, I just I don't know.
Out of nowhere for me. That's what it is.
I think that's what it was. It was just like out of nowhere. Like, why did she look traumatized? I'm like, what happened? Are you okay? Do we need to talkspace.com/read? Like,
now unless they're trying to play that into like a story for her, moving forward.
I mean,
she's just like this disheveled, just out of focus type character, then okay. But like, wean us in. Don't just give it to us and expect us to catch it. Like,
thank you. They brought it up out of nowhere, so I was just like, "Oh, is she good?" Like, I thought she just got a phone call, like somebody died. Like, you good? Like, you okay? Like, was that real? Was that a shoot? Like, it was like I didn't know what was happening, and for the fact that it made me confused, I didn't like that because I usually Nikki Cross, I catch on to what she's doing, even though like I've been very vocal on the show. I wasn't a fan of this Nikki ASH thing, but she loves Molly Holly. Who the fuck doesn't like Molly Holly? So I get it. So I couldn't be too mad at it, but it's just the fact that they kind of like they just shoved it in. There was like no lube. There's like no, they didn't get us prepared. Like Scar said, be prepared. He was not prepared. Ouch. Like I don't understand what was happening. Like it was this is graphic. This is an awful show. This is graphic. I'm just saying, but they didn't prepare us for anything. It was just like I don't think there were any clues. I don't think there were any clues towards it, unless there was something that I missed. And like I said, if it was something that I
Not at all.
missed, if it was something like a segment or like a WWE.com segment,
No.
like if I missed that, I apologize. But I don't know where they're going with this.
No,
Now, like I said,
she literally came out of nowhere.
like I wasn't prepared.
Her name is
and
Nikki
Scar said,
RKO. It came out of nowhere.
yeah, it came out of nowhere. I wasn't a fan of it. Maybe it'll catch on, as time goes on. But the match was all meh to me, to be quite honest. All right, so moving left and right along, we have Sami Zayn.
Who the hell is that? Sami Zayn. You're so Sami Zayn.
Oh my god. Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre. Oh god, I need to lay down. They had a match. It happened. Drew McIntyre beat Sami Zayn. I don't have much to say about it, to be quite honest.
Nope, not nothing.
All right, you would say boop, 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 boop. Now, next we have Akira Tozawa, who is actually entertaining me recently, versus Big Bronson Reed. We know what happened. Bronson Reed just annihilated, just blown to smithereens. Like he's finished. He's done. We can move on from that.
Wait, who?
Oh, I'm talking about Akira Tozawa. Like he got ran over. Like he got ran over by a truck and then backed up. Like it was finished. It was done.
Oh. Wade Barrett says it best. Damn it.
Oh, that didn't work. That ain't work. Get it together. Come on. You got it. Inhale, exhale. All right. The main event is Jey Uso versus Damian Priest.
I think I'm one.
All right.
I think I'm one of them people that you tell to walk into the ocean.
I didn't say you.
Into the ocean.
Didn't say you. You did that voluntarily. Couldn't breathe.
I did. I hate it.
Yikes.
Oh man.
Jey Uso versus Damian Priest.
That was crazy. No air.
In the main event.
Damian Priest. Who?
Damian Priest is Jey Uso.
Oh, that's right.
The main event. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
That cost my memory.
It did, clearly. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I did not see this match because I fell asleep.
It was, to say the least, it served its purpose.
Did it?
It did. It served.
Not Baji making fun of me.
Yeah, he is. Sami Zayn. It really did. It served its purpose.
Did it?
I really can't delve into details about it, but watching it served its purpose. It did exactly what it was supposed to do, and that's push the story forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and rate it.
Baji said, "If you can't remember who was in the."
And you know what? With that being said, Banji, which goes to my rating of Raw, and that is a 1 count.
I don't know about that. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst either. But it's hard to
I fell
disagree
asleep
because
during.
damn. What was I doing Monday? I was watching. Seemed like I was doing something else. I'm just gonna give it a 2 count. It wasn't good. It wasn't the best they've put on, but it wasn't the worst either. So I'm in the
All
middle.
right, you give it a 2 count. Ray
Thank you,
also
Ray.
gives it a
2
2
count
count
for decency for me.
for decency for me.
I'm with
Okay.
you.
Look, I am that professor that grades hard. Sorry. Next, we have the show of the
Yeah.
week. Woo! The best show of the week,
Boy.
which is NXT. Night 1 of Halloween Havoc. Now, here we go. That was very Mario of me. All right. So where do we start? All right. We have Devil's Playground match. Roxanne Perez dressed as Freddy Krueger versus Kiana James.
Man, I wish my son was down.
You got to go to school tomorrow.
Oh.
But we have Roxanne Perez versus Kiana James to start. That was a great match.
That was a good match.
NXT has been killing it with the women lately because clearly Shawn Michaels knows how to book women, right? You know, he be looking left and right along. So he gets it. He understands it. And that was a great match. Kiana James did fantastic here. Like Kiana James she has a very bright future. She has a very bright future. Roxanne won with the pop rocks on Kiana's bag, which she revealed to have broken pieces. Jesus fucking Christ. Pieces of brick in them. That was a creative finish. Great match, great outcome. Kiana James got this hard bump on her forehead. Like it's like woof. Like whew. Yikes. Ouch.
That John look like I don't know. I'm gonna cut my light off and you're gonna see this, and this is what it looked like on her forehead. That's exactly what it looked like.
Like a dot of that ass. Like, oof. Jeez. But she's tough. So shout outs to them. I also want to acknowledge Scarlett and Shotzi opening the show in their costumes. Scarlett was, I believe, Marie Antoinette. And Shotzi was Pinhead from Hellraiser, which was fantastic. This is Shotzi's element. If they let do, okay. If they let Shotzi do more with her look when she's wrestling, I think I know a lot of you might disagree, and I truly don't care. Shotzi has something. And even if they make Scarlett and Shotzi like a creepy tag team, maybe not like a witch type situation with Alba and Isla, it doesn't have to be that unless they do like a faction. It's very good women's faction. But if they do something like that with Shotzi, it'll be. I feel like she can do more. And like I said, Scarlett is the star. She's the Sable, and Karrion Kross is Mark Hero. But do you have anything to say about the match, bro?
Listen, we've said, and I'm gonna say this phrase again, we've said in nauseum, Kiana James is that girl. She's got it. She understands the assignment. She does. She has got the entire package. And listen, here's the scary part. She's good now. And she's just really coming into her own.
Like, a lot of the women in NXT are good now. So it's gonna be real scary for you guys.
All it takes Bonji, please go take a nap. Please go take a nap.
Let me see.
Just have a seat and just lay down. The pillow
is
cold.
What?
The pillow is cold. The pillow is cold. The sheets are calling. Go lay down.
Not today, Banshee. Okay. You are a shining example on what not to do.
But no, not to get off topic, but that was funny though.
That was funny.
Listen, like I said, this is the scary part. Kiana James is good now, and she's only been in the company how long? Or
Couple
she's only
years?
been like mainstream
3
like
years?
2, 3, 4 months.
Maybe
now?
3 years.
Was it? Is it a couple of years? Really?
Yeah, I think it's been a couple of years. I think she was
WWE?
down. I think she was down at the Performance Center for a while before they brought her up. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the no, not today, Bonji. But yeah, that's the scary part. She's only going to get better.
I can't with y'all.
Listen. Not on your best day, Bonji, are you gonna be able? Yeah, you're not phasing me. But yeah, she's gonna get better, and it's gonna be scary for everybody else.
It's gonna be really scary. Those women, I think they're gonna be fucking bionic and shit because it's really crazy to see the progression of the women in NXT coming from the Performance Center to where they are now when they're on TV, whether it's NXT or NXT Level Up. Level Up is another place to see a lot of the younger women talent that are just fucking killing it. And I'm just like, how long have you been here? What's happening? Is this Space Jam? Are you taking Michael's secret stuff? Like, it was really good. Shout out to y'all that understood that reference. But anyway, moving next, left and right along. Next, we have the debut of Lexis King versus Dante Chen. Great entrance by Lexis King. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna take a while for me not to say Brian Pillman Jr. But it was a good debut match. I think the potential is there. I feel like it's there. I feel like they would benefit, or excuse me, they would capitalize on his strengths more so his weaknesses in NXT for him to do really well. I feel like there's potential there, and I feel like there's more potential here in WWE than it was in AEW.
Absolutely, especially with with him more or less denouncing the name of his father.
Yeah,
that leaves room to do a lot if you play it correctly. So yeah.
All right, so the match was okay. I feel like he has something, and I'm good. That's fine. I'm cool with that. Next, the women's breakout tournament: Kalani Jordan versus Ariana Grace. Kalani Jordan dressed like Spider-Gwen. I know you don't know who that is. You might know who that is, maybe.
Nope.
Okay, never mind. Kalani Jordan dressed as Spider-Gwen, which was cute, versus Ariana Grace. I have to remind myself that is Santina Marilla's daughter. Now in the mannerisms, I see it. And I feel like she's gonna be really, really good when she gets more time in the ring. Of course, Kalani Jordan beat Ariana Grace by pinfall, and she did this off the top rope and then hit a split leg moonsault. So it was like very like Rob Van Dam of her, and it was good. And now in the finals is going to be Kalani Jordan versus Lola Vice for the women's breakout tournament. I'm just going to say this right now. It should be Kalani Jordan. I wouldn't be mad if it was Lola Vice because she's really, really good. If you have not seen her work, watch Level Up. Watch some previous episodes of NXT. Lola Vice is really, really good.
Right.
You have anything to say about that?
I think either one of these women are deserving of having this match given to them. Kalani Jordan is just maybe it's just my eye, but she's a little bit different. She,
She's real different.
this,
Like, she's
this,
real different.
yeah, there's something to Kalani Jordan that I see, but I can't really like put a name or put a adjective behind it. Um, but
She's special.
yeah, very much so, very much special. And Lola Vice is a character.
She's another one that's special.
She is a character.
She's special,
And
man.
I can really appreciate Lola Vice's promo skills,
Mm-hmm.
but I can appreciate Kalani Jordan's wrestling.
Yeah, like I said before, those women in NXT, I don't know what is in the water right now. I don't know. I don't know. But those women go in with little, maybe light wrestling background or different kinds of background and come out looking like fucking beasts. Like
Right.
it's crazy. And they have great trainers there, of course, and they have like a whole system behind them. But these women, honestly, the future of women's wrestling in WWE is looking pretty bright right now.
Yeah,
Speaking
absolutely.
of pretty bright, next we have the NXT Tag Team Championship,
Wow.
championship match. The Family versus Chase U. Well, I'm not even gonna lie to you. We get a title change.
Yes, we did.
I'm very happy for Chase U. I've always advocated for Andre Chase on this show since the beginning of the show. I'm
Yeah.
shocked that they did it. Let me rephrase that. I'm shocked that they did it now.
Shocked might not be the operative word for me.
Okay.
I
What
see
do you
what you
think?
I see what you're saying. Shocked isn't the word.
Okay.
I mean, shocked is the word, but
Mhm.
it's kind of like, huh? Like I really can't put a word on it. It's just like when it even when it happened, I was watching and like they got the pinfall. I was like, huh. Because they teased Chase U as tag champs a while ago, and they didn't pull the trigger. So now, what makes now so different from then that you would put it on them now? Plus, you defeat a team that literally just won those titles. What, 3 months ago?
Mm.
So you didn't give the family a long run at all.
Here is my personal prediction.
And this is like face versus face, because the family is like fan favorites and Chase U is fan favorite. So I don't know. That's really all I can say is yeah.
So the reason why I feel like they did this, even though I believe they're well deserving, is because I think that to further along the Thea Hale heel turn. Remember when Andre Chase threw in the towel? I think that's how they're gonna lose. It doesn't have to be next week. But I feel like eventually that is how they lose their titles.
Okay.
I feel like we're gonna because we see JC Jane throwing up the Chase U and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, wait, there's something's in the water. Something in the water not clean. Now I could be wrong. I have been wrong on the show before, but I feel like I don't think they're gonna be champs long. I don't think so. I don't.
Well, then that would pose the question: why would we put them on them in the first place?
So going back to what I was saying about sometimes when there's a faction or there's a faction, sometimes the women outperform the men. I think we're gonna have that situation there. I think Thea is gonna literally go on her own and have this Mean Girls plastics type situation. I feel like we're gonna get a full heel turn from Thea Hale soon, and JC Jane is just there for the ride. Truthfully, like I said, I can be wrong. I have been wrong, but I think that's where they're going.
I mean, I can dig that. I can get with that, and I think it's very clever what NXT did with JC Jane, trying to insert the crowbar, and I do
Mm-hmm.
not think Thea Hale saw that.
I don't think she did
So it's
either.
kind of like JC is, yeah. I think she had got taken out or something, or she was doing something. Something was going on, and
Yeah,
she had her
I
back
think
turned.
something happened. She
Um,
had her back turned. Yeah.
but she didn't see JCJ try to insert the crowbar. So I think this is you know, I don't want to say for sure, but I think this is more or less a JC Jane, being with Thea Hale and bringing with Chase U to more or
Trying to
less
be like
try
the
to
bad
pull
influence.
just a little bit, but not for it to be like overzealous, like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
forcing heel actions
It,
on you. Yeah,
you know
so
what? That's
yeah,
that's another. You're absolutely right. That could be another possibility where JC Jane is like the. I'm trying to say like maybe like the mean girl that brings in like the new girl, the shy girl, and she kind of like conforms, and then she realizes and that's not really it or something like that. But this can go different ways, and I think that's the reason why I said what I said in the beginning when it comes to Jishu, because I like Jishu. I've always liked Jishu, and with Thea being as young as she is, she's another one that's really good being so young. I believe she's 19. So for her to be so young, and she might be one of those people that have a long career because she started so young. She can take a break at 25 and come back at 30. Like she's like, I'm just saying like stuff like that. I'm just saying in general. I'm not saying that she's doing that, but I'm just saying, you know, with her the way that she's going, the way her career trajectory is, and how good she is for her being so young, she can take time off and be like, okay, I'm back. All right, you chase you like all that good shit.
right.
Ray said just the fact that Chase U or champions is surprising, but I don't think they'll be chance long either. I really don't. I don't think so. And if they continue to be chance and they're chance for a while, I'll be shocked because Chase U. Let's be real. Chase U is over.
Yeah.
They're over with the crowd. They like people like Chase U. And how can you not? Andre Chase is good in the ring. He is charismatic. He's another one that has that full package per se, maybe not a main eventer full package, but he'll make a great, great, great mid card champion, mid card wrestler. And honestly, Chase U, that could, if they don't fuck it up on the main roster, Chase U can be. In my head, I'm seeing Chase U versus Alpha Academy with Maxine and
Wow.
Thea. And in my head, I'm seeing that like a school spirit type match. Like you know what
Mhm.
I'm trying to say? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get very homecoming-y.
With the Spirit Squad as
Like
lumberjacks outside the
I'm
ring.
since it's homecoming season, it's very North Carolina Agricultural Technical State University, my alma
We
mater.
just had our homecomings,
You
the
know,
Savannah State University.
oh yeah,
Yes,
for y'all.
sir.
But it's like an Aggie
Yes,
Eagle
sir.
Classic. Like it's like a North Carolina A&T versus a North Carolina Central, like a North Carolina A&T versus South Carolina State. It's very old school MEAC. It's
Ooh,
I
what you
feel
know
like
about some MEAC?
I went to a school that was in a MEAC. Well,
Oh,
was
that's
in a
some
MEAC. A&T was
MEAC.
in a MEAC
Okay.
before they sold out. But anyway,
Yeah.
I can say that because that's my alma mater. But I don't care. I went there. My degree is chilling over there. Anyway, like it's we can have a Howard Hampton. We can have a Southern Grambling. I feel like we're gonna get the battle of the academies. I feel like eventually we're gonna get Alpha Academy versus Chase U, and I feel like that has the ability with the caliber of wrestlers that are in the ring when it comes to Chad Gable, Otis, Andre Chase. Like I feel like that could be like a huge match on the main roster if done correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely get it.
So shout outs to Chase U, the new tag team champions. Next we had a lights out match. We have Blair Davenport versus Gigi Dolan dressed as Beetlejuice. That match was it was brutal. It was brutal.
A little bit.
It was I'm not gonna say it's my favorite match of the night, but Blair Davenport gets to win. Cool. We're gonna need something more from both of these women. I'm gonna say it again. They should have never broke up Toxic Attraction.
Whoa.
Yeah, they should have never broke up Toxic Attraction.
Okay, I get that, but I was looking at a comment here.
Let me see. Oh, let me put that up here. It's funny you guys said that you want to see Chase U go against Apple Academy because as that match was going on, Chase U and NXT, I was saying to myself, I could see Andre Chase defeat Gunther. Woo!
Yeah.
Ray, you my nigga. I fucks with you the long and the short way, but your arms are way too short to box with God right now, and I don't see Andre Chase defeating Gunther. I don't see it. I don't see it. Not Andre Chase.
No.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know, fam. I don't know about that cheat. I don't know. That would surprise me, but I don't see it. Now, granted, giving somebody a surprise win over Gunther would be something, like an actual pinfall win, not like a what's his name? Oh God, Chad Gable win. I'm talking about like a pure 1, 2, 3 shoulders on the mat win. I don't know. But we're gonna move on from this lights out match because Anyway, next, since we're more women, shout outs to Shawn Michaels for putting a whole bunch of women's matches on here. The women's breakout tournament, Lola Vice versus Carmen. I'm so sorry if I mispronounced this. Petrovic. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
You got it.
I apologize. But that match was okay. Yeah, Lola Vice gets the win. Lola Vice is really good. This match could have honestly been a little bit better. I'm not gonna lie, but they were hitting hard, so it was cool. Do you have anything to say about this? Because we already said it's gonna be Kalani versus Lola Vice at is it part 2 of Halloween Havoc or something else? I think.
I believe it's night 2. I believe so.
But yes, we're done with that. Next, we have the main event for the NXT Women's Championship: Becky Lynch versus Jakaris. Game of Thrones, Lyra Valkyria. Let me stop.
Or Taya Valkyrie, if Mike was here.
That's is Taya Valkyrie. All right. Mike is gonna get me. It's okay. But before we get to that, we had an appearance.
Yeah, we did.
God is good.
Did. Yeah. Ooh, yes, he is. Ain't he good though?
I mean, Jay Cargill came out to.
Boy, did she come out!
I'm coming.
Jay
looking
Cargill.
Great. Look, Jay Cargill is money.
Listen.
They're treating her like the star that she should be. We still don't know where she's going.
Right. And that's the best thing for her right now, leaving
They're
everybody
making her
in
look
limbo.
like a star. She came out looking like
Everything.
everything
J-
greatness in the world.
And then they did a photo shoot with Jade Cargill on Instagram.
Just Jay Kirk. Look, yes, I get it. She's fine. She is. Let's be real. But she's being treated like a star, and it's very few times that, like I said, women in the business are treated like that. You
But
know,
she's supposed to.
she's supposed to. She's supposed to be treated like Jade Cargill. You know, besides being, of course, very attractive, she is a sight to see. You know, she just has this relax. She just has this presence. She just has this presence that is so ethereal. One of my favorite words. That's the word that I've been wanting to describe. Ethereal. And like she's just so ethereal to me. She just has something that just makes you take notice and pay attention. She has something that's so special. I'm gonna go back to the very humble beginnings of this show. How I feel about Jade Cargill is how I felt about Bianca Belair, and I was fucking right. So let me go ahead. If you can gaze into the future, call me now for your free tower reading, because I was right then, and I'm gonna be right now. Back to the match that was on hand: Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. Very, very good match. It took me a while to actually get into it. Not gonna lie to you. But it was a great, great match. Lyra can go. Becky made Lyra look like a star.
Yeah, she did.
You know, for the first time, two Irish women wrestled for a title, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, that's very special to those of Irish descent, of course. And you know, they did a very, very good job. She made Lyra look like a star. Lyra got the win. We have a new NXT Women's Champion. I think with Becky also, I think she's also in her giving back era. Becky Lynch is someone that you can depend on for winning a title, but you can also depend on her to elevate the title. And I think Becky Lynch did exactly that. Can't say it's the same about other people that have won the NXT women's title that have been on the main roster. Woo! To elevate the other women that's on the roster. But Becky Lynch did just that. And yeah, Becky had a great run in NXT. She did what she needed to do. And I don't know what's next for Becky. I don't know if she takes a break. I don't know if she, you know, takes the back roads, the back seat. Jesus, the back seat for some time. I don't know what's next for Becky, but somebody pointed this out on Twitter. And I wish I could find their Twitter name. And I know Mike is gonna be like, no, fuck. When I say this. But I feel like with Becky Lynch defending the title not on just NXT but on Raw, I feel like they're trying to test out a mid-card title for the women. And I know, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, theys, thems. If you groan, keep groaning, okay? Because I feel like that's what they're gonna do. And honestly, a mid-card title for the women can't hurt. When you really like sit back and think of it, you have all of these. You don't have to be on Raw and SmackDown. They could be on Main Event or, you know, the Velocity. If they still have Sunday Night Heat, whatever they used to have, Superstars, like whatever they have. You know,
Live
they can
wire.
have the. They can have fucking. I'm fighting through this shit. They can have separate. You know, they can have a mid card title that can fluctuate between both shows, between Raw and SmackDown. You know, me and Yim should be doing more. You know, Xia Li. You know, if they don't have Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell's tag as a tag team. You know, Nikki Cross could be doing something. Natalia will make a great inaugural, not first annual, guys. A great inaugural mid-card women's champion.
First annual?
Oh, because I'm tired of people doing that. But, you know, she'll make a great inaugural, you know, mid-card women's champion because Natalia can make anybody look great.
True. While
So,
looking great herself.
yeah. And I feel like they might be testing the waters with that, maybe. If they do more with the women's tag team titles, you know, we have Alba Fire, you know, we have the story of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn making the women's tag team titles cursed. Why aren't we doing anything else with that?
Right.
Literally, you can turn that curse into them winning the titles again, and then boom, we can have Casey and Kaden because they're not doing anything.
Right, not a thing.
I'm sorry, Katana Chance. Oh, Casey's her real name. Katana Chance and Kaden Carter doing the same. Them two, the party girls, them.
Right.
Like, you know, they're not doing anything. You know, and it's just you can make this a women's mid card title can work if you are able to put in the work and do the work and write it correctly and book it correctly. How about we just have Shawn Michaels just book all the way? Let's just do that because clearly he's great at that. Because he can look into the past and into the future. So it's just, and as someone with a lazy eye, I can do that. But it's just that they're not doing much. They're not doing much with. I mean, mine isn't as lazy as his, but you know, Shawn Michaels got that biggie eye. But it's
all right.
I'm just saying. But no, you bring your clock the fuck back in. Bring your ass back, nigga. But
bring my clock back in.
Clock the fuck back in. No, but it's a lot of potential there for the women. Like, you have 3 hours of Raw. There should be no reason why an hour and a half of it is the Judgment Day. Sorry, don't care. I don't care.
Is Raw's hottest commodity right now?
Is it?
Yes.
Is it like hot, like Scotch bonnet pepper, or is it like black pepper spicy? You understand the shade when I say that, but it's like don't worry, I'll let it marinate. There it is. There it is, right there. But it's like you can.
I just chose not to say anything.
You could do so much with it. I'm awful. You could do so much with it. You could do so much with it, and there's so much potential there. You know, you have a 3-hour Raw. Please, I'm tired of seeing the Judgment Day for the first hour and a half, and then you just throw everybody in. Like, all right, everybody, go! Pokeball, go! Like, I threw I'll be back. I didn't even throw a game off.
Wow, it took flight, ladies and gentlemen. We paused. Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
I'm sorry, Gengar. Anyway.
You hurt his feelings. Apologize.
I'm sorry, Gengar. I'll put you back in your Pokeball later. Anyway, good Lord. But it's just, there's so much that they can do that you're not doing on Raw. And I see that Ray has a question. Do you think with so many wrestlers, belts, and promotions, wrestling promotion? Whoa! I read that too fast. Do you think with so many wrestlers, belts, and promotions, wrestling promotions are going to have no other choice but to compete with each other in a year or two? Compete with each other in a way of like cross-brand promotion, like cross-promotion. Like, let's say how like people were bringing the IWGP Championship to AEW. Is that what you're talking about, Ray?
I hope that's what you're talking about, because I'm lost.
If that's what you're talking about, no. I think that everybody should have their titles on their own shows. Are there too many title belts?
There's supposed to be a comma in between promotions and wrestling.
Yeah. Like, are there too many belts? Sure. Like, but not everybody can be a champion, but see, the thing about that, it's nuanced. It's definitely nuanced
You're saying there's
because
too many belts in wrestling, period?
yeah,
Or are you just saying in WWE?
no, I mean,
Or
because we have the brand
AEW
split.
for that matter.
Oh no, AEW has too many belts.
Okay,
I can't keep up with the.
But you're talking about titles for two different promotions.
That's true. So, so if you're asking that question in the vein of, will we see cross promotions like WWE and AEW crossover? And I'm not saying it's gonna happen. It's probably not.
That'll never happen.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think we'll get the eventual IWGP or the Triple A or Triple A, in AEW stuff like that. But other than that, I highly doubt it. I'd be shocked if that happened.
No.
Wait, hold on.
He followed up. He said,
Yeah.
competing
like
like WWE is going to have a show every night, and AEW and Impact are going to have to fight the
Oh, I misread it.
I get what he's saying, but if WWE had a show every night, people would start to get burnt out of WWE.
Oh yeah, because it's already. I don't want to say it's an oversaturation of wrestling because there's a piece of wrestling for everybody. I know somebody's gonna hate when I say that. I don't care, but there's pieces of wrestling for everyone. WWE does not need a show for every night. I think Raw, SmackDown, and NXT is great. I think that AEW should stop playing, Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. And that was very dated, I'm sorry. But stop doing that and have like a Ring of Honor show. We don't need 85 AEW shows and you have Ring of Honor. There should be no reason why I'm not seeing Athena on my TV every fucking week. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand that. When it comes to Impact, like I said earlier in the show, and we're going to move on after this. Impact, they're doing good now, but I feel like they need a bigger audience, and I feel like they need a better TV slot. I'm trying to see the motherfucking G. What is your problem? What is your problem? All right. Apology said AEW next belt is the Quad Team All American Atlantic Continental Pacific Championship. Featuring the Gulf of Mexico. Like I'm just
featuring a cameo by the Gulf of Mexico.
Like I just don't understand.
Brought to you by the Mediterranean Sea.
Like, jeez. AEW has a lot of titles.
This next contest scheduled for one fall is for the Quad Team All American Atlantic Continental Pacific Championship, sponsored by Carmen Sandiego.
All right, because where in the world are we going next? When it comes to NXT, God damn it, Bungie. When it comes to NXT, I'm gonna do it. I'm fighting through it. I'm fighting through it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give NXT.
I'm with you. 100%.
NXT
I'm with you.
Put on the best show, the best wrestling show of the week. Now this is prior to SmackDown.
Nope.
No. Never mind.
SmackDown ain't gonna touch it.
It's not. So NXT has been killing the game, to be quite honest, and NXT is doing very well. For it to be a developmental promotion, they're outdoing, to me, putting on a better show than people that have been doing this a lot longer. And that's no tea, no shade, but it's just the fact that NXT, I'm invested in NXT because I'm invested in the future. I'm invested in the future of wrestling, and I think I might be a little biased because I am invested in the future of professional wrestling, and this crop of men and women are good. Outside the main players, the people that are up and coming, they're good. They are good.
This is what I've been saying, V. and this is what I've been saying, and people won't listen to me. NXT is no longer developmental. This
No,
talent
it's
in
not.
NXT is too good to be the talent is too good to be developmental. I said this a long time ago. NXT is trying to be their own brand. This is what Triple H is trying to do. They're trying to make NXT right on the same level as Raw and SmackDown. And Shawn Michaels is succeeding by leaps and bounds by doing that, by putting on the best show of the week. It's not developmental anymore. It's not.
Oh God! This wouldn't be a Bon G moment without this. All except Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. They're good.
Um,
I can't. Now, with that being said, we are now we're exhausted. Yes, we are exhausted,
I'm
and
exhausted
we're
with
gonna
Bon
end.
G. That's it, not the show. But
We're gonna end with AEW. I'm gonna let you guys and girls, you theys and thems, know. Knuckles is going to talk about it because let me tell you about. So, to quote my favorite music, one of my favorite musicals that's not Rent. Sweet thing, let me tell you about the world and the way things are. Okay,
Aura.
that's what she said in The Wiz.
That is what she said.
Okay, I tapped out.
Okay, let me double back real quick.
Okay,
To Ray's comment, I'm gonna double back to NXT real fast, and then we're gonna get
okay.
AEW and get out of here. Yeah, 3 count for NXT, but I kind of still feel like they are developmental, but has potential to be a brand. Why are they still developmental? Why?
Well, because
Develop
they're at the performance, they're getting exposure on TV, so I understand why they're considered developmental.
Okay, but still, it was Rampage developmental?
No,
I mean,
Rampage is like this.
okay.
Are you
See,
talking
okay,
about Dark?
perfect example.
Dark
Perfect
and
example. Exactly. Dark and Elevation. For a minute, they weren't on our TV screens. They were on YouTube, correct?
yes.
That would be considered developmental.
Okay.
A TV show or a show with wrestlers that's not on our network television screens. That I can consider developmental.
Okay.
But NXT being on TV every week on a major network is not developmental.
Okay. That's what, that's a fair assessment. That's a very fair assessment because
Why
they
it's
wouldn't
not
be putting you on
developmental.
TV. They wouldn't put you on TV if we're not TV ready.
On a major network if you were still learning your craft.
But then again, a
Bingo.
couple of them were still in it. Let's be real. We watched Tiffany Haddish? No, wrong Tiffany. Tiffany Stratton essentially learn on the fly. We've seen Lash Legend learn on the fly. And that worked out for them more or less. So I get both sides. I see both sides like Chanel, right? As to quote Frank Ocean. I see why you wouldn't consider it developmental because TV deal, and they wouldn't put you on TV if we're not TV ready. Yes, I agree. At the same time, because they're not a main roster type situation and more eyes are on Raw and SmackDown and stuff like that, I see why people would consider it developmental. And for a long time, NXT was considered developmental. So I definitely understand both sides.
Okay, Bonji says when you have to refer to going to Raw or SmackDown as going to the main roster, it is developmental. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because Raw and SmackDown have been here for years.
Yes.
If NXT was here for years, right along with Raw and SmackDown, but they didn't have the major stars on NXT like they did on Raw and SmackDown, would it still be developmental? It's only because NXT has only been around for what is it's more than 10 years because they celebrated 10, right?
It was more than 10 years because remember NXT was the thing with the veterans and the
right.
Yeah.
Raw has been on the air since 1993. SmackDown has been on the air since 1999.
You just aged me. I am older than both Raw and SmackDown.
Right. So Raw has been on the air for 30 years.
Yeah.
SmackDown has been on the air for 20
plus.
20
Okay,
plus.
wait, 20. You know what? SmackDown, I
So
believe,
if
was
NXT
98, 99. So SmackDown, my brother, the
98,
same age. So
99,
24
yeah.
years. 24 years. 24 years.
Yeah. So if NXT was right there in the same lineage or in the same time frame as Raw and SmackDown, but they just had not the star quality, would it still be developmental? Or is it because it's a newer brand to WWE as far as time is concerned? It's newer, and you're bringing in people. Okay, perfect example. If it was so developmental, and I'm going to contradict myself, if it
Okay.
was so developmental, would Jade Cargill be on the screen?
You, yes.
If it was so developmental, would you put Jade Cargill on your screen?
I
No, you
would.
wouldn't.
I would. I'm going to tell you
Not if
why I
it's
would.
developmental.
Yeah,
He's saying
but
developmental, but he's saying developmental in the frame of it's up and coming talent. That's what he means by developmental.
okay.
Jade Cargill is not up and coming talent. And like I said, I'm contradicting myself because I was saying the opposite a couple of weeks ago. I was saying she needed to go on NXT to develop blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you did.
She doesn't need to. She's a star. But yet you're putting on her on developmental TV?
So here's my rebuttal. So you want people to have eyes on your product. And, considering the last couple of weeks when a certain someone went on that coke binge and just went the fuck off because they got beat in the ratings, which why we care about ratings. But anyway, you want eyes on your product. So why not put stars on there? And someone like a Jade Cargill, who, yes, you're absolutely correct, is a star, but she has. We're gonna be real here. She doesn't have that much additional, like the super training. Yeah, she trained with Bryan Danielson, but like to clean up her craft, she hasn't had that much opportunity. So if you're gonna bring somebody with the presence of Jade Cargill on an NXT, yes, you would want somebody like a Jade Cargill on your developmental brand because that's going to bring viewers to your developmental brand. And now with bringing those viewers and bringing the stars like Jade Cargill, people will say like, oh shit, not just Jade Cargill's, good as hell, but they have a whole bunch of men and women, on this roster that can go that are main roster ready, that could make money. So I definitely see where everybody is coming from, and I'm gonna go ahead and get to this last two comments, and then we got to move forward with AEW. Well, we can talk about AEW because I tapped the fuck out.
Yeah, do Ray's comment.
Ray said, my thing is WWE has to stop saying call up for me to feel like it's not developmental. Plus, NXT wrestlers need to be included on the major PLEs, the please, for me to unsee developmental. That's definitely a fair assessment.
But they've already been on a pay-per-view.
Some of them have, not all of them. But yes,
the entire NXT roster was on a pay-per-view.
Oh yes, you're right. Survivor Series. You're right. You're right.
So it's not like it's never happened before.
Bungie says Jay still has to get used to the WWE style as well. NXT is the perfect venue. I agree. I don't think they're gonna put on see that. The three of us, well, including Mike. This is Mike for now. The three of us.
You ugly.
Hey, Gengar is
you threw it across the room. Don't try to have sympathy now.
I didn't mean to throw Gengar. Anyway, the three of us, because this is Mike right now, the three of us would we've been back and forth
Mike
about doesn't like Grimace. Stop it. Shadow Ball. Anyway, the three of us have went about this previously. We've talked about this before about when it comes to talent being put on NXT before going to the main roster. We've debated that Jade should go to the main roster because she's already a star. And we've also debated Jade shouldn't because, yes, she is a star, however, common space, that she's not fully, well, she's not as developed, or I don't want to say as developed. That's not the right phrasing to use. Maybe she's not, as Banji said, she's not used to the WWE style. So there's, like I said, there's arguments on both sides, and both sides do make sense. We're just gonna have to see when it eventually happens. Next, we're gonna keep going here. Come on, NXT. Oh, hey, girl. NXT, we're live now. NXT is developmental, but it's not a developmental to the point where wrestlers are totally green. NXT to me are wrestlers who are ready for TV, but not ready for the global audience. Which is,
But how can you be
the
ready
reason,
for TV and not be in the global audience?
which is why I think they have NXT Level Up. I think NXT Level Up is for
Thank you.
NXT Level Up is like the Sunday Night Heat for NXT, or maybe the Velocity. NXT Level Up is for the young up and coming talent who have shown that they're ready, but they need to prove themselves to be sure if they don't need additional polishing. So yeah, I see. Oh wow, there's so many things, so many things.
So could you call Level Up developmental because the people in Level Up really don't get TV time like the people who are in actual NXT?
I think Level Up is like a test run.
Which would be what?
Test run and developmental are not synonymous. So
are we dealing in semantics now?
You know, I do semantics, but it's, you can see see, because NXT, a lot of people see NXT as its own brand, they could consider NXT Level Up as developmental, or here's your tryout to be, move up to the main NXT show. Let's see how you perform.
It's named NXT Level Up.
Yeah. So I see where everybody's coming from. Race also says Raw and SmackDown global shows. NXT isn't really true. I think at this point NXT should be. NXT is their third brand, and for the fact that mainstay talent go back to NXT, it should be seen less as developmental. If you have anything to say about that,
bottom line, NXT put on the better show this week.
They did. Oh, absolutely. Leaps,
and
bounds.
That's across all promotions.
All promotions.
WWE.
All promotions.
And I mean, at the time, like they said, at the time of this recording, SmackDown has not broadcast, but SmackDown's not touching what NXT
SmackDown's
put
not
on this
doing
week.
it. It's not doing it.
We got another night of NXT Halloween Havoc next week.
Yeah.
So it might be 2 weeks in a row.
But let's go to this, and Knuckles, you can talk about AEW, because let me tell you, I ain't do it.
I'm not gonna have much to say about AEW. So
okay, great.
A little bit, but
if it has to happen.
If the people watching have questions, they can ask.
It needs to happen. It has to happen more often. Have NXT on all major please, and we will not consider it developmental.
Not all of them. No.
Maybe not all of them. Maybe like special ones, like a WrestleMania. Okay, maybe not WrestleMania, because I think NXT has their own WrestleMania type. Maybe like Survivor Series.
Yeah, Survivor Series. Have more
Royal
Rumble.
I think, truthfully, those are the two that we should see them on.
I think they should bring back bragging rights and make it a Raw, SmackDown, NXT pay-per-view.
So I have a question for you when it came to bragging rights, because I had this question when I first heard about bragging rights. Isn't that technically like Survivor Series Light?
Survivor Series Light. Not necessarily, because Survivor. Well,
okay, explain. Because the only reason why I'm saying that
Survivor Series was dating myself again. Survivor Series was based upon a 4-on-4 tag.
Yeah.
There were teams. There were teams.
Okay. Yes.
So, and sometimes there were 2 teams of 4. Sometimes there were 3 teams of 3. Sometimes there were 4 teams of 3. So it was based upon a team format for Survivor Series. Bragging rights, on the other hand, you could take, and let's fantasy book here for a second. You can take Roman, Seth, Ilya Dragunov.
Ooh.
That would slap.
That match would be nasty.
That would
Ooh.
slap. And so and you have that match, no titles on the line. It's just bragging rights. This would be a pay-per-view that was not necessarily based upon titles. This would be a pay-per-view saying, okay, we had a match, we represented our brand, I won, I was the superior brand at that time. If you want to do women's, you could take Lyra Valkyria, Io Sky, and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
It's just, like I said, no titles. It's just based upon the fact that you have a representative from each brand in different matches, and the winner of that match has bragging rights for their brand. And you can do that every year. That way you get a signature pay-per-view, or please, for NXT to be in every year. And then you can always implant NXT talent into the other ones. Like you said, the Royal Rumble, like you said, the Survivor Series. You can have some at SummerSlam. You can have NXT at WrestleMania. So, I mean,
the only reason why I asked that question to you, Knuckles, is because remember at the time where they turned Survivor Series into a SmackDown versus Raw type situation, and then SmackDown versus Raw versus NXT. That's the only reason why I asked that question. That's why I said bragging rights and bragging rights is Survivor Series light. Now, granted. Granted, I am old enough to remember when it was just the tags before it was the whole brand supremacy thing.
Yeah, and these teams had names. It was the Hulkamaniacs. It was the All Americans. It was I think one team was the Powers of Pain, and then Ted
remember
DiBiase had
the Hearts. When Bret Hart had his brothers. No, it's not the Hart Foundation. I'm talking about when Bret has his actual blood brothers.
Oh, okay.
Versus, I think Jerry Lawler and some mass wrestlers? Yes. Was it 95? 95 and 96. It was before the screw job. So it was like Bret and all his brothers versus, I believe it was Jerry Lawler.
Jerry Lawler in the King's Court.
Yes. Yep. There we go. See, I remember. Yeah. I'm old.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The difference is Survivor Series was teams. Bragging rights you can break down to one-on-one triple threat matches, fatal four ways, triple threat matches, or however else you want to play it.
You know what? Bring back bragging rights. I think that if you want to highlight NXT, bring back bragging rights, because how that Survivor Series when it's NXT versus Raw versus SmackDown. Look, Keith Lee versus Roman Reigns. I will say is one of my favorite Roman Reigns matches.
Yes, Keith Lee showed out that night.
That is my, I'm gonna say that is my favorite Roman Reigns match. Him and Keith.
And can we remember who got the win in the women's match at that Survivor Series for NXT?
I don't remember.
If I'm not mistaken, that would be Rhea Ripley.
I've had a lot of weed since then.
Oh wow, okay.
I don't remember.
If I'm not mistaken, that was Rhea Ripley won it for NXT. If I'm not mistaken.
Because wasn't Bianca on that team too?
I believe so.
It was like her, Bianca, Shayna. Was Shayna on that team?
I don't know. I think Shayna might.
Mia Yim. Look, that NXT team was stacked. But regardless of that, AEW. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Okay. Very short and sweet. Any comments on AEW, post them, and we'll go over them. AEW started out with MJF. MJF cutting a promo about Juice Robinson. Very solid promo from MJF, as is all of his promos. Talking about the first started out talking about Jay White, then moved on to Juice Robinson with the Dynamite Diamond Ring match that was going to come afterwards. Of course, he cuts the promo, and then we see the picture of the devil comes up, and kind of, I don't know, it made me think that the devil's not him now. Because
Ooh,
why would you?
the
Yeah, 'cause
devil.
why would you? Yeah, you know the mask and everything.
I'm gonna read my Bible.
Oh my god! All right.
I don't play
But
with
yeah.
demons.
But yeah, they had MJF cut the promo, and then the masked man that attacked Jay White came up right after that. And that was a cold open. I've not seen AEW do a cold open before. So that was interesting. And I believe the first match was actually MJF and Juice Robinson. Pretty good. Solid match. Juice Robinson got color. Which I think was justified in this match. This has been a heated rivalry for the last month and a half, couple months or whatever. And for Juice to get color here, I think that was justified. Of course, later on in the match, the Guns get involved. Jay White comes out on commentary. The Guns get involved, and somehow or another, I can't remember it verbatim, but somehow or another, Juice Robinson puts on the fake ring that he was given by Jay White. MJF goes in his tights and peels out the real diamond ring. They both swing simultaneously. MJF makes contact. Then he hits the heat seeker, gets the win, so he retains the ring. Now, here's the interesting thing. Kenny Omega comes out after that. Right after that match, well, they had some talking. Kenny Omega came out. So now Kenny Omega and MJF are having a match on Collision for the AEW World Title.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I don't like it. It's out of nowhere.
I mean, it isn't Majif coming up on beating Kenneth Omega's comeback.
Not doing it. Not doing it. I'm not.
You don't leave on this show. I leave.
No,
that's my gimmick.
No, I'm not doing it. No. I refuse. No.
Bring a mother country.
Water. Majif?
Look, it's hitting. Anyway, isn't he reaching Kenneth Omega's?
Yes, he's like, I think Saturday Collision would make, I think he would tie. I think that would make him tied with Kenny Omega.
Didn't he say last week 13 days, bitch?
Yeah. And I think that would make him tied with Kenny Omega.
Okay.
Saturday would tie the record.
Okay.
If MJF wins, obviously he would break it. But yeah, I see the point, but that's a match that could go on a pay-per-view. That's not a Collision match.
Okay.
That's not a Collision match for me. It kind of threw me with that.
Okay.
I can't go down the card for for Dynamite verbatim, because honestly, I'm not even going to hold you. I was going back and forth between that and the Arizona Diamondbacks and who was that? I'm not even going to lie to you. The Philadelphia Phillies and Diamondbacks.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was going back and forth between that and the Phillies game. So there's a lot of it that I did not catch. So not even gonna hold you. But
I did see clips of Sheeta and Ruby Riot. Ruby
yes,
Soho.
yes. Here we go again. Here we
What
go
a
again.
mess! What a mess! What a mess! What a mighty bad mess!
Here's what I want to
Yes,
ask
it
you, V.
is.
Here's what I want to ask you, V.
Okay.
When is Ruby gonna get an? When is Ruby gonna say enough is enough?
This
is another title match she's lost. This is another match in general she's lost.
I think Ruby should pack it up and come back home. I think that at this point, Ruby is better off in WWE than she was in NXT. I mean, in AEW.
Excuse me, what now? Huh? Oh.
Ruby is. I enjoy, and you know what? Little neck ruins everything, right?
Oh my god.
Clearly, I don't see it for her. I don't. You've done too much shit for me to see it for you, and you allowed too much shit to happen for me to see it for you. And I think this is it. It could be several things, right? I said this last week. I said this the week before. I've been saying this for the past since the beginning of the show. Tony Khan cannot book women's wrestling. He could barely book men's wrestling. So it's like Sheeta is so good. Ruby is so good. They have women on that roster that are good. And this is a Willow Nightingale stand account. This is a Willow Nightingale stand show.
It is.
If I know that Willow Nightingale is going to be on my television, I'm going to watch her.
Right.
It makes no sense that we're not doing anything. Granted, look, what's it this year? Willow Nightingale and Athena. I'm going to go ahead and say it because it's fucking October. Willow Nightingale and Athena had the best women's match this year. And yes, it happened this year.
Where did that take place at?
The Ring of Honor.
Was it the Ring of Honor match?
It was the Ring of Honor match.
Huh.
Willow Nightingale and Athena had the best women's match this year. And it's like, okay, we see my girl Willow. We love Willow over here. Put Willow on TV.
Yeah.
Willow and Sheeta. Willow and Sheeta. Willow is a pure, natural baby face, and she's so sweet in real life. How she is on TV is how she is for real. She is so sweet. She's so genuine.
Definite witness.
And we're gonna I'm gonna sit here, yes, because we've interviewed Willow on this damn show, yes, and because we've talked to Willow outside of this show, yes. Willow deserves everything and more. +8. Divided by 2 times 100. Willow deserves literally everything. And it's just you have all of these women on the roster and you're doing nothing with them. You have enough women to have an AEW women's roster and almost an NXT and a Ring of Honor women's roster. The Women of Honor. There should be no reason why Athena isn't getting TV time consistently. Athena, and I don't care about PWI, HBCU, Elemental P, 123 Sesame Street. Athena is one of the best women's wrestlers right now, regardless of race, gender identity, sexual orientation, all of that. Athena is one of the best. There should be no reason as to why we are not seeing Athena on TV weekly. Get rid of one of those shows, put down the bumps, and go ahead and give Ring of Honor a TV show. Make Athena the face the head, the shoulders, the knees, the toes of Ring of Honor. It makes no sense that Athena has been busting her ass day in, day out, every pay-per-view match, every fucking Ring of Honor match, whether it's on YouTube, XTube, Pornhub, no, maybe not that. YouTube, StreamYard, what else? Spotify, Disney Plus. It makes no sense.
Man.
Hulu, like it makes no Crunchyroll. You don't know what that is? It's okay. It makes no. It's for anime. It makes no sense as to why Athena is not on my television screen every single fucking week. Because let's be real, to be Cheryl Lynn, to be real, Athena is the face of Ring of Honor. Period.
Yeah.
Athena is the face of Ring of Honor. The matches that she's put on with Sky Blue, Willow Nightingale, Mercedes Martinez, whoever you put Athena in the ring with, she is going to eat. Okay, eat and leave no crumbs. You know how Kirby eats? Eat it all down. She will eat and leave nothing left for you, for your parents, for your grandparents, for your great grandparents, for your ancestors, for your children, for your future children, your grandchildren, and your great grandchildren. She eats and leaves nothing on the plate. She cleans it. There should be no reason why Athena is not on TV every fucking week. There should be no reason why they're not building a women's division of Ring of Honor around Athena. It makes no sense as to why Athena is not leading a Ring of Honor television show. No reason. There's no excuse. Get rid of one of these shows that you and keep going and get rid of one of these. It should be no reason why I get an AEW pay-per-view every month. No. Space it out with Ring of Honor, because those people down at Ring of Honor, now granted, Ring of Honor got screwed over and, some shady shit, happened. There should be no reason why I'm not seeing Shane Taylor on my TV screen every fucking week. And y'all know I love Shane Taylor. There should be no reason why Shane Taylor's not on my TV every week. Doing shit for Ring of Honor. There should be no reason why all these Ring of Honor champions are doing absolutely nothing, with the exception of Athena. Let's be real, Athena's the only one that's really defending her title. But there should be no reason why Ring of Honor is not a mainstay. You bought Ring of Honor, okay, great, cool, cute for you. But it makes no sense as to why we're not having a Ring of Honor show. Make Dynamite the AEW show, and I said this before, make Collision a fucking Ring of Honor show. Ring of Honor Collision, Ring of Honor, the Women of Honor. It makes no sense. Or you can keep Collision and do what WWE does. And yes, and I get it'll be like an oversaturation of wrestling, but do what WWE does. Okay, boom. Let's say Dynamite is your Raw and Collision is your SmackDown, right? Let Ring of Honor be your NXT, for example. I'm not saying Ring of Honor should be a developmental brand. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying just make it a third show, make it a brand on its own, because Ring of Honor was a brand on its own. So it makes no sense as to you have a roster full of people. Granted, they're getting paid very well, but it should be no reason as there's a roster full of people and they're back there doing absolutely fucking nothing, and I'm finished.
I can't disagree with you at all. It's kind of making it look like
you bought Ring of Honor just for the hell of it.
It's giving Vince McMahon buying WCW.
Is it crack? That's not crack. I know what it is. But anyway,
it's giving Vince McMahon buying WCW. Really, honestly, we got the whole gimmick about how he wanted to keep Ring of Honor alive and he didn't want it to go under. But is he really keeping it alive? Let's
You
be
know who's
honest.
keeping it alive? Athena.
Athena, Eddie Kingston.
Like it's just it doesn't make sense to me. But I'm sorry now because we went on a tangent. You were talking about AEW.
No. That was duly noted and needed to be said because it's true. So I'm not going to even knock you or have any judgment for that because you're absolutely right. But yeah, Ruby Soho, like V said, going back home. There's plenty more opportunities where that came from. Moving on, Hook and RVD teamed again and faced Alex
RVD.
Reynolds. Yeah, RVD's in AEW now. You know that.
I must be as high as he is. All right, I didn't know.
You didn't know that for real?
I thought it was like a one-time appearance.
No, he's there now. He's there.
Oh,
Him and Hook
okay.
are a tag team.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't make the matches, V.
Okay, does clearly.
I just watched the show. That's all. So yeah,
Okay.
Hook and RVD faced Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Of course, RVD and Hook got the win here. I think they want to put Hook with a veteran. I think that's what this is. And I think RVD is somebody who obviously can still go in the ring. He's in great shape. And I think that's what the basis of this is. They wanted to put Hook with a veteran. And not so much being singles with a manager, but it'd be a tag team.
Tengo una pregunta para ti.
All right, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm about to do you like me and Gene Oakland. English. Like me and Gene used to do Alex Wright.
I have a question for you. That's what I said. Did RVD and Taz team up in ECW? I'm only asking because I don't remember really. I know about ECW, but my grandfather was like, "No, you're not watching that."
Right. Yeah.
Now, mind
Same
you,
here.
Attitude Era, right?
Right.
Attitude Era, where DX was in blackface.
Point taken.
DX was in blackface. Blackface. All of them, except for China. All of them.
I do not think Taz and RVD teamed. I know they were rivals for a while.
So I was just understand as to why Hook and RVD is a thing.
Because
ECW.
Jack Perry had that. Jack Perry had the title. Then he said he wanted to retire it, and then Jerry Lynn came out, and Jerry Lynn is ECW. Of course,
Jerry Lynn came out of where?
This was like a month and a half ago, V. Almost 2 months.
Of jail?
This is the same Jerry Lynn that's in like management of AEW. You know that, right?
That goes to show.
Okay, so yes, so this goes all the way back to Jack Perry. When Jack Perry had the title and he beat Hook, he was talking about retiring it, and then Jerry Lynn came out and was like, no, I'm not letting you retire the belt, blah 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 blah. Then I think Jack Perry challenged him for a match, and of course Jerry Lynn can't wrestle anymore, so Jerry Lynn went and got somebody to stand in his place, which was RVD. So that's how RVD got implanted into this. It's all based upon ECW. Yes, it's all because the FTW title is Taz's that he created in ECW. Okay, see, all right. Anyway, Hook and RVD get the win here.
I don't understand.
Okay, so here we go. I'm reading this off Bleacher Report just to get all of the matches. And this is interesting. It says Hook has teamed up with RVD, Danhausen, Orange Cassidy, and Ricky Starks at various times. We need to get a run of single matches from him at some point. The mystique will die out if All Elite Wrestling doesn't do more with him.
Okay,
soon.
so thank you. Okay, so Hook, send Hook. For Mike, send Hook. Okay, so I get the whole ECW Taz RBD connection because Ray put it in the comments. I'm sorry, Ray. I promise I'm not ignoring your thing or your comments. We're just trying to get through with the show because even though I said we're not going to do a 2-hour banger, that's what we did. We lied clearly. Hook and RVD are our team pretty much because Taz can't wrestle anymore, and RVD has history with Taz. Okay. So I used to love playing with my wrestling action figures, right? And I would put the most random people together. Like I remember having China tag teaming with fucking Bubba Ray Dudley. It didn't make sense to me, but I was also like 10, and I've said this before. It's like literally playing No Mercy on Nintendo 64. And if you know one of the greatest wrestling games of all fucking time. But it's just like it's so much is happening, but not enough is happening in AEW.
Yeah,
and I think there's really, and I think Mike he might clip this. I might clip this. Mike might be right. AEW might not be for me because it's like I enjoy chaos just as much as the next person that likes the Scarlet Witch, but at the same time, when it comes to wrestling, I like to have some type of order or some type of understanding, so that way I can keep up and won't get lost. And in AEW, I get so dazed and confused when it comes to everything because it's like everything everywhere all at once. Like it's like it's like a multiverse of madness. And I know I'm gonna be saying some shit that you don't understand, that Mike don't understand, but people that know me and the people that watch this that are nerds like I am understand. It's like Secret Wars. Like it's like everything happening all at once. Like Spider-Man's over here, and then we have Doctor Strange, then we have Captain America, then Black Widow, and then Black Panther, and then the X-Men, and then we have the Fantastic Four, and the Silver Surfer just chilling. Like but at least Secret Wars made sense. But AEW has this issue, and I think that's probably my main criticism with AEW is that they are all over the place.
Yeah.
There's no order, there's no direction. If it's not one or two people that they have an idea of what to do with, it's like all over the place. And I hate that because it's like I wanna like AEW. And I've said this last week. I want AEW to succeed. I want wrestling in general to succeed. I want to get back to the point where everybody is, even if you're not a diehard fan like we are, casual people like, oh, I know who that is. Okay, they did pretty good and stuff like that. I want them to get to a point where it's just like, okay, I know who MJF is. Kenny Omega. I know who Ruby Soho is. I almost say Ruby Riott. I know who Tony Storm, who is the best character on that goddamn show. If you've never seen Sunset Boulevard, that's where I feel like she's pulling from. But anyway, that was a theater kid in me that just came out. But it's just the fact that AEW has so much potential, and it's like they're wasting it on some let me get these action figures and like make them slide down my Hot Wheels track and you know put them through a Lincoln log. It's like AEW is all over the place. It's a lot of chaos and negativity at AEW because it's like it's not structured. And you want some. I mean, I get it. You don't want everything to be so, and I get it. I understand. I completely understand. But it's just like if I can't follow along and I'm trying to watch your product and support your product, I'm not going to stay around long to continue to watch your product if your product is all over the place. I'm not going into, let's say, places that I shop at. I'm not going into Foot Locker and I see a pair of sneakers that I want and I get the box and it's like one fucking Jordan Retro and one Adidas. No. I'm not going to go into the telling on myself again. I'm not gonna go into Michael Kors and a Michael Kors store and I see Gucci fucking watches. Now, granted, I might buy it, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be confused. I'm not gonna go look for Versace cologne and you bring out Dolce and Gabbana. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I was expecting. You give I expect one thing, and expectations, lowered expectations. Like I expect one thing, you give me something completely different that's not even close to what the fuck it is. And that's my problem with AEW. It's like all over the place. There's no structure. There's no order. To quote Dolores Umbridge in Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, I will have order. Like there's no order in it. It is like it's all over the place. It is unorganized. It's disorganized, unorganized. It's like you open up a bag of party mix, the Utz party mix, and you just do your best to get whatever you want from out there. You might be looking for a pretzel wheel and you might get one of those hard ass corn chips. That's not what you wanted, but I guess I'm gonna eat it because my hand was already on it. So it's just like AEW for me. They have so much potential. I want them to succeed.
Yeah, I mean, like we always say, AEW is not everybody's taste. Everybody likes what they likes. Everybody likes what they like, and that's just it. You don't have to be a singular AEW fan. You can like everything. Some people like AEW, some people don't. Some people like WWE, some people don't. Some people like TNA, some people don't. So it just it is what it is. If it doesn't keep the buoyancy of your seafaring vessel, then that's just the way it is. And if you can translate that, 25 points for you. So moving on after that, the big gift for Sting, and this is why I have my shirt on. And I'm gonna make this quick because we're 242 in. Sting came out with Darby Allin, Tony Schiavone in the ring. Of course, Sting went and thanked some other people that contributed to his career. And then it got to the moment where Tony Schiavone introduced Tony Khan's special gift. And here's where all of the controversy and all of the people come out of the woodworks and have something to say. So Ric Flair was the gift for Sting. Wrestling historians know why this is a thing. Ric Flair basically passed the torch and put Sting on the map back in the 80s, I believe. Clash of Champions, yes, 1980. Oh, give me a line. 1980 something. Not even a lie.
I was gonna say I wasn't alive then, so you have to figure it out.
Yeah. So Ric Flair comes out, says, yada yada yada. He puts over Sting. He says, "There's no way I would miss this." Blah blah blah. And so Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne come out. After that, Christian Cage goes on to say he doesn't even understand why Ric Flair's in the ring because he's a super kick away from turning into dust.
Yikes.
Yeah, he said it. I was just waiting for you to start. I was waiting on you to start laughing. I knew that was coming. So basically, Christian Cage came out, issued a challenge for Sting and Allen to find a tag team partner for a trios match at Full Gear against himself, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne. I think we all know who this tag team partner is going to be. And that was the end of that promo. You don't have anything, V, because you didn't watch it.
I do have something to say. So I'm gonna be really ironic here. So it's funny how Tony Khan was talking about Vince McMahon's basically being the sexual predator when Rick Flair. You know what? Never mind. I just find it ironic that he talks about Vince McMahon's sexual issues with consent when Rick Flair. All right. You know, the coke be coking. I get it.
Okay.
It's fine.
All right. After that, moving on. After that, the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team titles were defended with the Young Bucks and Adam Page, also known as the Hung Bucks. They faced off against the Hardys and Brother Zay. Obviously, the Young Bucks and Adam Page retain here. Nothing really anything to say. Bleacher Report, what I'm reading from right now, is really like making some points. They say the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team titles feel like such an afterthought because the champions haven't appeared on Ring of Honor TV since winning them. Yeah.
Come on, you guys! The fuck? I'm gonna put this comment up here. Ray says, but V as a drama major, a theater major. I'm surprised that you don't like AEW, but yeah, there's multiple stories going on. They all intertwine. You just have to wait for the plot twist to see. So to say that, Ray, I wasn't a theater student like you were. I was a pre-law student. So if I wanted to see things intertwined truly and make it make sense, I already watched the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and that's good sometimes for the most part.
Right.
And what AEW does is not great. I'm sorry. I know you like AEW. I don't do tribalism. I know you like AEW. Like I said, I've always said that AEW has potential, but AEW has this thing where, let's say, for instance, okay, this is going to go right over your head, Knuckles, but let's say we have somebody writing for the X-Men comics, right? And somebody, that person leaves for whatever reason, creative differences, stuff like that. And then the new person that's writing for the new X-Men comics just shits on everything the person previously has done, like shits on everything. That's what it feels like, because it's just like you have so much potential, you have so much story, or you have the ability to tell so many stories. Yes, you're absolutely right, Ray, when you say that. But my issue is that the story is all over the place. It's not cohesive. And maybe this is just me being a stickler. It's not cohesive. It's all over the place. It's like literally you go into an arcade or a barcade and you just put the coin in the slot and he's like, okay, let's play Mortal Kombat 2. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and pick motherfucking Scorp. Well, I'm gonna no. Let me not. Let me pick my actual main. I'm gonna pick Katana, and then you are randomly gonna pick motherfucking Melina, and you know they're siblings technically, and they do some random shit where Melina is now wearing some wild shit because she's technically not a clone of Katana, and now she's the sister, legit biological sister. And then Sindel's over there screaming at the top of her fucking lungs, and then Chao Kahn is over there like, everybody calm the fuck down, and then fucking Liu Kang is kicking everybody in the face, and like it makes no sense. My issue with AEW is that it's not cohesive. It's not put together very well. Now, granted, there's a lot of talent and a lot of wayward ass niggas over there. It's not put together very well to me. I'm sorry, Knuckles. Go ahead.
Oh, listen. No judgment here. I get it. I definitely get it, and I can see where you're coming from sometimes. So I get it. Yeah, like I was saying, moving right along. Young Bucks and Adam Page get the win. After the match, a video with Swerve Strickland pops up, and Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana are at Adam Page's house. They have pulled up to his house. They have gotten in his house. Just your regular vignette, your regular promo here. Swerve Strickland actually goes in Hangman Adam Page's child's or children's rooms and leaves
Yikes.
some merchandise. Yeah. Yeah, a little on the
Okay.
So we're blurring the line a little bit here with Swerve Strickland.
Keeping the tradition alive of going into other wrestlers' homes. I'm just saying, you come into my home, you're not coming out alive.
Exactly. So we already mentioned the Hikaru Shida Ruby Soho match. Obviously Shida wins. I really don't have a lot. I really don't have a lot to say about this match. Shida won. Ruby Soho loses another one. Like we said, it's time for Ruby to go back home to WWE. The main event, the Blackpool Combat Club versus Orange Cassidy, and a rare appearance from Okada. Random Orange Cassidy.
Random.
Yeah, this was very random to me. But
like somebody picking Ice Climbers and fucking Super Smash Brothers. Random. Why would you do that?
No matter how random it may be, V. Listen, I will always arrive and show up for Okada versus Claudio. Every time. I'll do it every time. This was good. It was weird though. Not even gonna lie, it was weird. Claudio, Blackpool Combat Club win here, but I don't think that's the whole story. I think this is going to be an ongoing thing. Castagnoli pinned Cassidy. It was a great back and forth toward the end. It was basically wrestling tag. Everybody was doing each other's special moves, and it was this, that, and the other. It was flip, flop, and fly. It was the ending, though. Like the ending of the show. I think Okada hit Danielson in the face. But like, I don't know if this was shoot or this was work, but Danielson went down with an injury, and everybody came out. The Blackpool Combat Club came out, and Best Friends came out, and it's almost like the locker room cleared out, and like they just went off the air. If you get a chance, V, go back and just watch the ending of the show, like the tail end of the match, and just how the show went off the air. It was very, very weird, like abnormally weird. So we don't know if Danielson's injured for real. We don't know if this is a work, but it was just like he was holding his face like this, and he was laying on the apron, and Okada would try to check on him. They were backing Okada up, and like I said, all the medical personnel was there. And it was like it was almost like they didn't sign off. They just went off the air, and everybody's in the ring just standing around, and Danielson's still laying there holding his face. It was weird. Like, okay, Ray said, and if you want to put this up, you can. V. I think it was accidental, but AEW tried to play it as a storyline. Okay. See, I don't know. That's yet to be determined. Nobody, and I listened to What Culture this morning, and they didn't say anything about it. So maybe this is a work. I'm not really sure. But I mean, it has yet to be seen. I am going to go ahead and grade it. It's a 2 count for me. It's been besides NXT, there have been 2 count shows all week. NXT was the only 3 count show. Yeah. So with
done.
that being said, we are gone.
All right, we're finished.
Yes,
like I said, thank you, Spotify, Apple, Google. Type in "Go for the Pin." You will find something with this big ass head, whatever. Okay, DJ Knuckles, DJ_Knuckles at Instagram, and then on X/Twitter is JPSBC15. You can follow Mike. Get well soon, Mike. I love you, bro. At DJ Mikey Q on Instagram. Ooh, DJ Mikey Q on Twitter or X. And Mike_EQ on Instagram. You can follow yours truly, who's still on a hiatus, at KingV_the Ruler on Twitter. Fuck. KingV_the Ruler on Instagram and _Watch My Throne on Twitter. Go for the Pin Show on Twitter and go for the Pin _show on Instagram. Good fight, good fucking night. It's over, it's done, it's a wrap, we're finished. Thank you for listening. Thank us for speaking.
John, Raider Raw, Mitchell Clark, appreciate you.
Everybody, thanks. Party done, party over. Finished.
Next week. Bye.